think my life circumstances are hard? I hit harder than that.
Think I'm slow? Eat my dust.
You think injury robbed me of playing sports? Think again.
What do you think I'm here for? I'm not here to be inspirational.
I'm here to play.
I'm here to have fun.
I'm here to win.
This is what I do.
This is what we do.
Are you gonna support us from the sidelines?
Or are you going to jump in the game?
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Richmond Olympic Oval. Our pleasure in the call for the final championship game here for the Canadian National Sledge Hockey Team. Erickson Menduli, very pleased to be joined right now by the Executive Director with the BC Sledge Hockey, Mr. Ross McDonald. First off, Ross, I know you're a busy man. Thanks for taking the time out of your schedule to do this, because you are indeed busy. And once again, we welcome everyone to our broadcast, especially on Mother's Day.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a busy weekend, but a great, successful weekend, and I'm happy to have both of you here to announce the final games today.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Benny, anything you want to ask?
How have you felt about this tournament so far?
I thought it's gone great. I mean, the competition's been great. We've had some great support by the Richmond Oval, our volunteers, our sponsors. So, I mean, I couldn't be happier. I'm looking forward to the final game and just to wrap up a great weekend.
4 teams. Were you surprised that only 4 teams competed? We did not see Manitoba. We didn't see a team from the East. Possibly, numerically, numbers, money, whatever it might be, but maybe down the road?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we knew that there was a chance that we would be with 4 teams. The goal was 6, but like you just said, it comes down to budget sometimes. And the sledge hockey across the country is developing and growing, and we're hoping that 6 will be the norm instead of 4 going forward and grow from there.
So can you talk a bit about the growth of sledge hockey here in BC?
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen a significant growth in the last 2 years. We've seen an increase of at least 20 players per season, more opportunities. We've introduced game nights, tournaments, jamborees to get new players and whatnot. So, from this forward and this being here in BC, I think this is a catalyst for future growth. And going forward, I think we're going to see more players and more teams and hopefully catch up to the other provinces.
The interesting part about this is that you had a lot of changes that you had to adapt and make this facility fit for what you needed. One is the ramp. That was a big, huge cost, which I'm surprised it wasn't here. But regardless, it's here now. You had that to do. The arena staff had the boards to adjust, which a lot of people are unfamiliar. They're just thinking, oh yeah, you can play sledge hockey, just put them in there. But it's not the same, is it?
No, I mean, we did have to do a lot of work, but, it's work that's important, and this is now a legacy that the Richmond will have, not only for their events going forward, but for sledge hockey growth in general. So with the accessible boards, the ramp so people can integrate in the stands, this is all going to be fantastic for us, and I look forward to future events here at the Oval.
And how do people get involved in sledge hockey if they've enjoyed the action this weekend?
Yeah, great question. I mean, the best thing to do is visit our website, sportabilitybc.ca. Our contact information is on there. We have program information on there, and let us know. And we have equipment, we have pads, we have all that available. We just need bodies to put in them.
And they don't have to be healthy bodies. You can get bodies in general is what you're really looking for. But like Benny was saying, talk about the growth in the province of BC. You would naturally like to get more, but it's not always easy to get people attracted to the sport. Is it financially viable for people to get involved in?
Yeah, adaptive sport is no different than your mainstream sport. Sport is expensive in certain things. Adaptive sport can be more expensive because of the nature of the equipment. Think about hockey, you buy the pads, you buy your stick. Yeah. Well, now you have to buy the pads and a sled averages $700 or $800.
Wow.
We try to bridge that gap by purchasing the sleds through grants and whatnot, and just to make sure that somebody wants to play hockey, able-bodied or have a disability, they can jump right in. But that's for us to, find those funds and whatnot, so that can be a barrier.
And one of the things I noticed about the BC team today is they feature a father-son combination and a brother combination, so it's a family sport.
Absolutely, yeah. We encourage, whether it's siblings, father, son, to get involved, and that's the great thing about sledge hockey. It's very inclusive. You could have a sibling that has a disability and one without. They both can play, and same with father and son. We encourage that. We want it to happen, and going forward.
All right, Ross, thanks for doing this. I appreciate your time and all the success in the world, because for me personally, as well as Ben, this has been a real joy to work, and I'll come back anytime. Believe me, this is a blast. I'm really having fun.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. We'd love to have you back. Thank you, both of you.
Thanks, Ross. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Let's turn our
Ross.
attention right now to the ice level. They're getting set to have the opening face-off, and then we'll get the game number 2, the gold medal game, underway as we let Mr. Ross McDonald, the Executive Director for Sledge Hockey BC, to step out of our broadcast booth. Good.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so Benny, the teams are getting set to come out and have the face-off underway for this gold medal championship game, and we should make mention, first off, on behalf of everyone connected with the Canadian Sledge Hockey Association, special Happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you that are enjoying this day. They've taken the time out of their schedule to join us, and we really, really appreciate that. Now, we should make mention that Team Quebec are wearing the predominant blue-colored jerseys, and Team Alberta are wearing the white color jerseys, going from left to right on your sets, computers, monitors, whatever you might be watching to or listening in on from home, wherever your travels might take you, Benny.
Yeah, for sure. And a quick mention, of course, to our sponsors this weekend. We want to say a huge thank you to all of them. That's YVR, the province of BC, Via Sport, Richmond Sport Hosting, WestJet, Sportability BC, BC Hockey, Freshie, and Boston Pizza. A huge thank you to them and our volunteers as we get set for puck drop on the first period of the gold medal game.
Yeah, gold medal game pretty much underway. Okay, Sailor underway right now, and as we made mention, Quebec is going from right to left, and the puck is all the way down inside the zone. We should make mention when we get a minute, we'll talk about the starting goaltenders. Right on goal, huge stop right there. We played 17 seconds in, and that was an extremely quick play. Face-offs over in the corner, and of course the goaltender we should make mention right now, I think it's number, is it 30?
Yeah, it's number 30, and that will be Mr. Alan Kerr, who is tending the net for Quebec, and he's already been busy. Just over 15 seconds into the game, and that's going to be the story of this game. Is Alberta will look to get lots of shots and keep him busy.
So I stand corrected on this one right there. Now Alberta is in the white or blue, just so we get it correct.
Alberta is in the blue.
Alberta's in the blue.
Yep.
See, I knew. I had misconfused myself already. I'm married. That's what happens when you get married, Benny. But it's good. It's good things, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So they have control, waiting for this one. And they get it all the way back down. Alberta goes back out to the center ice area. They're trying to pick this one back up. Turning. Now they come back down the far side. We've got a number 91. 97 correction on the ice for Alberta. Do you have a 97 in your roster? I don't think I have a 97.
That's Micah Kovacevic is 97 for Alberta.
Is he in our program?
He's not in our program. Alberta did do some late number changes.
Indeed, they did. Is that the only change that they've made so far?
No, Derek Whitson is another one. He is listed in your program as number 5, but he's actually wearing a number 4. And Whitson's a familiar name to passionate Sledge hockey fans, as he's represented Team Canada at a number of Paralympic events.
Okay, so number 97 again, just so everybody's well aware of it.
That's Micah Kovacevic is number 97 for Team Alberta, and he plays out of the Edmonton Impact, and Alberta is represented across the province.
Yeah, very much. They've got a solid contingency coming from here as well. Of course, we're going to be talking after the second period. I believe it's going to be Tadine Kravik with Alberta. Now they go back the other way, waiting for this one. Alberta gets it in the neutral ice area. They throw this one cross, back around. Close through it back inside. Now they're going to challenge after this one more time, trying to get control. Now the puck goes all the way over in the left side wall. Just started, played a minute and a half so far in period number 1. They come off of the boards, waiting for it, fighting for this one. Centering pass, back around. They got control of it. Now they throw it back inside the corner once again. That was Whitson that got the shot away. Whitson goes over against the hash marks and the right side, trying to get the puck back to him, unable to. Now they give it back over on the far left side. Fandry comes in. He takes a shot and fans. Now they just clear this one all the way down the ice. And icing is waved off for Team Quebec because they're killing a minor penalty right now. 5-on-4. Still a minute remaining in the power play for Alberta. Alberta all the way out of their half of the zone. Fandry comes back down. Fandry throws it back inside. Waits, cuts back to the far side. Dolan comes in, takes a shot. Nice stop. Well played again, and Ujek was the one that comes up with a big, huge start. And, of course, welcome to our broadcast coming to you from the Richmond Olympic Oval. Enjoy your day. Happy Mother's Day to each and every one, regardless of where you're listening in from. And, again, if you're listening in from other areas, you can see the replay on this one right there, Benny.
Yeah, Cody Dolan is, one of the star players on this Alberta team. And if Quebec wants to have success today, they're going to have to shut him down. And he won't be allowed to get opportunities like that too often.
No, they don't want to leave him open too often. They want to try and contain him as best they can right now. Now they go back from the rock, goes against the wall, over in the far left side one more time. Kovacek comes inside, gets the shot away that time, and that was blocked right on. Again, they're getting shots on the power play, and that's what they had expected. So going into this one, Ben, a lot of people are questioning who is considered to be the strongest team going into today's game.
Well, Alberta is a two-time defending championship at this tournament, so they're definitely the favorite. Quebec is a bit of a surprise team. Not a lot of people expected them to be in this game, but they've improved throughout the tournament and managed to get themselves into this game, which is a huge success.
Completely. Jacobs Webb's won that draw right there for Team Quebec. Now they come all the way back out the blue line. Stop, keeping it back on side. Kovacek goes back around all the way over far right side. Derry comes in for Quebec. Derry just throws it back behind the net. Bouquet, he picks this one up. Bouquet goes over, cleared against the hash marks, over on the far left side this time, and they're trying to pick it up again. And they throw it right through the goal crease, and it bounces all the way to the blue line on the far side again. Kovacek goes after this one. Centering pass back all the way out the middle part of the ice. Sisson come in. He takes a shot. That was actually blocked right there. And now it's cleared all the way down the ice with 5 seconds remaining in the power play for Team Alberta. Quebec having a real fast wholesale change. Player comes out of the penalty box. Teams are back 5 aside once again. I noticed the Team Quebec has a number 16 in their roster as well. I'm not sure whether we have them in our roster, but I saw 16 just come out of the penalty box. Now they go back out to the neutral ice area. They throw it back around. Bovair goes in. He had control. Bouquet had it. Looks, throws it inside the zone once again, and they'll pick this one back up, but Fandry has it for Alberta. Fandry cleared it back around. Bovair comes in, and Bovair throws it over far side wall. Auclair, he chases his man down. Now they gets pinned against the boards, and Quebec still having another wholesale change far side. They're going after this one. Bovair stays with it inside the blue line by about 10 feet right now. Ball, it's against the boards over on the far side. The puck continues to bounce and go. A funny play to bounce loose, and Dolan steals this one. Waits, he went one way, the puck went the other way. Back around, heavy check throwing. A little more frantic action, and you talked about how explosive it was going to get as far as physical contact, Ben. You were not wrong in that aspect of it at all.
No, I would expect Alberta and Quebec to, play a very physical game, and this should be a very, very physical game.
Well, it's been physicality plus right now, and boy, oh boy, both teams are playing exceptional. Very fast-paced and very entertaining. Now it's going to go back the other way. Bullchild comes in. Bullchild shoots it, block, stop, goes against, and Ujek kicks that one inside the corner once again. They'll pick it back up. Lacombe, he goes after it as Lacombe steals it. It's still against the wall. Left side board this time. They're trying to pick this one back up, and they got it out to the blue line area. They'll throw it back in. Waits for it. Heavy check throwing right against the wall this time. Treball Houle was the one that had control. Now Treball Houle comes inside. He is pushed off of the puck, takes it, pushes it straight forward with his hand, back inside. The Vernier takes a shot, blocked, stopped on the outside right post that time. Well played, nice stop. Reveld was the one that stopped that one. He's the one between the pipes for Alberta right now. Now they go back the other side. Bullchild comes in. He stops, holds onto it. Bullchild put his stick down that way to block the pass from going astray. And it goes back the other way. Bullchild chases his stick that misplayed. lost it. They go inside the zone once again. Trevor Houle goes after the puck, and he picks it back up, but to no avail. Icing goes. The faceoff's all the way back down inside Team Quebec end zone.
And just over 5 minutes into the game, a real strong start by Alberta, but Quebec is starting to get into it. They just need to figure out how to get past the old ringette line and get some shots on net and keep Alberta's goalie active throughout the first period here.
Well, he's active, and boy, he's being challenged with shots right now. I think the shots right now are 4-1. You can see some of the players on the far side. Coaching staff, two coaches, one player.
Yeah. So they're coached by Steve Arsenault, who is representing Team Canada at the international level, along with Kieran Block, who is a former Team Canada member, and Adam Kingsmill, who is a goaltender in Alberta.
So Adam was the one that had his arm in the sling on the far side?
I believe that was Adam, yes.
I hope it just looks worse than it actually is when you see somebody with a sling and their arm in it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look good when you see a player like that, but hopefully he'll bounce back. He's a real good goalie. He's been involved with Hockey Canada at the development level in previous years, so hopefully he'll bounce back and be ready for next year.
Oh, he's young and agile. He will indeed bounce around completely. We know that right now. Kyle Sims is a referee. I haven't mentioned that one. Denny Hansing is the linesman, and Matthew Maw is the other linesman. Far side, waits. They're trying to pick this one back up. Kovacic comes inside. Waits. He throws that one back over on the far right side boards. Now it goes behind the net. They're all scrambling and trying to get control. They're all taking a chance to dive on this one, but nobody could pick it up. And that was Jacob Webbs was the last one inside to go after it.
Yeah, a lot of traffic in front, and that's the key to Alberta's game. They like to get bodies in front of the net and make sure the goalie doesn't see the puck, because if he doesn't see it, there's a good chance he won't be able to stop it.
And Ujek got that one with his blocker as he put it down right there. You could see good action, good replay action right there. So Lucas is going off. So as Lucas goes off right now, thanks Bruce for coming out and delivering Ben his drink.
That's a huge part of what we do, is the people behind the scenes that keep us hydrated and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's not a rum and coke, just so everybody knows. That's not till we're done, Benny.
No, not at all.
Now it goes back the other way, and they'll chase this one all the way back around. Fandry picks it back up over on the left side of the goal, cleared it back out, stopped, kept onside. Jacob Webbs comes inside. He lost it. Now it's underneath the sled. They're all fighting for this one, trying to get control of it, and it's pushed loose, waiting for it. Referee is on top of it. Now he's watching it. He's telling everybody it's loose. And we'll talk about that. You can see the referee's positioning as he is literally over top of it right now. I guess you could pretty much equate it to saying he's like a drone hovering over top of the play.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to be that close, because puck can get lost underneath the sled, and you might not see it. So you have to be close and involved in the play.
You don't have a choice. Communication, I've always told everybody, communication is a key for success if you're a referee. If you don't talk, you're lost. Wait, you can still hear them talking in there. Now they wait for it. They're going to go after this one again. Okay, he goes after this one. Misplayed this one. Now it goes back. Bovair, he comes inside. Now it goes deep inside the corner once again. Jacobs Webbs goes in the corner. Webbs goes behind the net. Arbe, he goes after it. It's behind the net. They're all pushing after it. Arbe goes after it, trying to get control. Taking a shot, narrowly missed on the outside right post on that play right there. Good fan base coming out to take the game in here today at the Richmond Olympic Oval on Mother's Day. Welcome everyone to our broadcast, wherever your travels have to take you around the area, around the world. They're still fighting for this one, pushing after it. Now they go after it. It's deep inside the corner. Taking it back behind the net. This is grabbed, picked back up. Bouquet grabs this one for Team Quebec, shoots it against the wall. Right side wall coming inside, pushed off of the puck right there. Bovair took his man off of the puck. Now they're back, trying to keep it back onside. Kovacic, he picks it back up again. Now they just dump this one back inside, taking a shot right in front, going inside. Oh, and they got a piece of that one, deflecting it wide over in the right side corner. And I'm surprised, I'm shocked that he actually got a piece of that one. I thought he was out of the play to block that one. Now they go back the other way. Quebec getting control of it. They're working their way down, and Jacob Webbs dumps it all the way out in the neutral ice area. Now it goes back inside Alberta's end zone. Kovacic picks this one back up, picks up some speed. Quebec on a wholesale change. Kovacic noticed that. Now he comes back down. Careful to stay on side. Kovacic all the way over on the right side going in. Taking his shot. That was firstly blocked right there by Jamal Houle, and Houle was the one that made a remarkable block on that one right there to prevent that one going in. But boy, what a rush from Kovacek from one end to the other.
And the one thing you'll notice about him is he's a double amputee, which is, if you were watching the last game, something I mentioned is that those kind of players, they have the advantage. They can turn fast, and it certainly is advantageous at this level if you have less body to move around.
And you can see literally right there how he ended up getting the shot away right there. Now they're waiting for it. Goaltender Hujek set that one back up. He was just watching that one very, very closely right there. Now they're working their way inside the zone. Going to go after this one. Everybody's after it. Werner comes inside. Werner is trying to get control of it. Block stop taken off of the boards on the far side. Bernard, he has a secondary chance to get control of it. Now the puck is still loose. Whitson comes inside. They cleared it, knocked it all the way out the neutral ice area, and they'll retreat inside the zone for Team Quebec. Race ensues. Everybody's going after it. Lacombe, he was the first one inside the corner. Lacombe was there. Kovacek comes inside as well. He's trying to get control. He's going all over the ice from one end to the other. The other one coming inside to try and help out. Number 94. Who did you say number 94 was, or did I even ask you?
It's Sean Lucas is number 94. He's a representative on the national development team for Hockey Canada. That's the one thing about Alberta and Ontario is that they have a lot of people involved with the development team level at Hockey Canada.
Well, we talked about the development team in BC, and it's continued to grow out here, too. Not as fast and rapid as many people would like, but it's still growing, Ben.
Yeah, it certainly is. And the one thing about teams like Alberta and Quebec is that these guys all play together all year round. So they're quite familiar with each other, and the chemistry is already there, and it's not something that they have to work on throughout the tournament, unlike their opponents in BC who, we're just playing together for the first time.
Yeah, first time, but it's growing, which is it's good for the program the way it grows out here. Thierry is back at the blue line area. He comes inside, waits. Gregory was the one that was in there. Now they go back all the way over on the far side. Pushed off of the puck that time. Taken off it. That was Bullchild that got checked over wide on the far side. Now they continue to go after this one. Close comes inside. He's trying to get control of it. Waiting for it. A question about the possible holding of the stick. Fans saw something that you and I never saw on the far side either way, but regardless, they're doing their best to get control. They block, they stop, they turn, and they go back the other way. O'Carroll comes inside. He takes a shot. Shooting against the boards over on the far right side. Braden Close comes inside. He's pushed off the puck. Now they get it all the way out the neutral ice area once again, and Close is the first one coming after this one, as well as Bierman. Bierman goes after his man carefully. It's offside. Heavy hit thrown against the boards over on the far side. They get very physical and aggressive out there, we've noticed on the far side, Ben, but we have a quick call on the offside.
Yeah, for sure. And the one thing I want to point out about that last place is number 20, Jordan Bullchild. He lost his stick halfway through the play, and you see now the linesman bringing it over to the bench. And so he was playing without one stick and still managed to move around and be involved in the play, which is quite impressive.
Well, yeah, and we talked about that even in the last broadcast, how agile and quick you have to be to if you lose one stick, because you can be down on your side, which we saw again last game. You can be down on your one side trying to get control of it, and it bounces out of your way. So they're trying to line themselves up for the draw, and as they do, Cizon is the one that's way behind everybody. He's coming straight down the ice. He's going after it. It's almost like either the players have to have a real awareness for the referees, or the referees have to have eyes in the back of their head so they don't not to back up over one of the sleds.
Yeah, they have to be super aware not to trip over anyone or anything like that.
No, that would be just an accident waiting to happen right there. We all know it. Now it goes back the other way inside the Alberta zone. Fandry picks it back up. Waits. Oh, he misplayed this one. It went wide. Narrowly missed in the top part. Good turnaround behind the net from Beauvert. You could see how he actually grabbed the bottom part of the net to pick it back up. We got a penalty coming up, and I think the penalty is going to be called. I want to see who's getting the penalty. It's going to be an interference minor penalty. I want to see who's going to be getting it. I saw a signal on. I just want to see who's going to the sin bin.
It looks like it'll be number 94, Sean Lucas, is going to sit for 2 minutes for interference. So Quebec will get a power play, and we'll see what they can do here. If they're going to beat Alberta today, the power play is going to be one of their keys to the game. Is they got to capitalize on every opportunity they get, because Alberta will just shut them down if they don't.
We were talking earlier on about the conditions in the players' bench as well as the penalty box. The arena staff here at the Richmond Olympic Oval, they had to put ice inside both the players' bench and the penalty box so you can get the sleds in, which is naturally imperative. So they made huge strides. Took them all week to do it, but they worked really hard and diligent, and they ended up getting it done. Okay, cross ice back over. Vernier went after this one. Barbier comes inside, waits over on the far right side, takes a shot off of the back wall this time, chasing it back down. Bernard comes inside. He couldn't get control of it. Flandry goes in for Alberta, and he just takes some time, lobs it all the way down the ice, and it bounces, but it was misplayed and blocked inside the zone. They eventually get it back down and goes the other way. Now they'll chase it inside the zone once again. Barbier will pick this one back up for Quebec. Team Quebec inside their own zone. A big reach right there by Ujek out of his net on the left side to block the shot coming inside there. Now they go back the other way, working after this one. Bouquet had it. Back out to the center ice area. They're trying to work it in, dumping a left-handed pass right there. Now they work their way back inside. Jacobs-Webbs comes inside, throws it back. Blocked, intercepted by Close. Close is bumped off of the puck by Jacobs-Webb. Bouquet, he comes inside. Now it goes the other way, and they'll chase it back down, and Bullchild was the one that went after this one. Waiting for this one. Kovacek stays with his man, forces him wide to the outside, comes over, tried to pin him, run the pick, back all the way out in front once again. Bernard comes inside, grabbed right there behind the net. Solid play. Reveld comes up with a huge, remarkable stop on that funny little bit of a bounce off of the back boards, Ben.
Yeah, we were talking in the first game today about how lively the boards can be, and it almost cost Alberta there with a goal. But the goalie just jumped on top of it, covered it up, and let the stoppage play happen.
No kidding, that was huge. But he's playing agile. He's agile. We've noticed that initially right from then. Trevor Houle comes inside. He takes the drop, pulled it all the way back this time. He ended up getting it back around to Bouquet this time, and Bouquet couldn't keep it onside, so it puck bounces all the way back out in the neutral ice area. Trevor Houle goes after it. Bouquet goes after. Gregory comes inside after this. Waits. Off of the back boards one more time. Lacombe steals this one for Quebec. Lacombe looks all the way out the right side. They're trying to dump it back down. Shot, cross pass again. This was blocked and intercepted by Dolan for Alberta. Dolan comes inside. Pushed off of the puck by Bouquet this time. Bouquet off of the wall inside their own blue line for Team Quebec. Nice little bit of a move to sidestep his man and get around the far right side. Now they come back over on the left side. Grigore comes inside. He shoots it off of the wall over on the far left side boards. Dolan goes after it. He's pinned against the boards. Man, he paid dividends on that price, and he felt that one. He'll feel that one at breakfast tomorrow, Ben.
Yeah, no kidding. And it looks like he was a bit shaken up there. So it'll be interesting to see how long he's out for. I don't imagine it'll be too long, though.
No, not at all. When you play sports, you just want to play and have a lot of fun. They do. Waits. Nice clearing play right there in front of their own net. That was Bierman that cleared it out of harm's way. And now they go back after this one once again. Trevor Houle had control of it. Stays with his man and fights for him. Pretty much one-on-one playing right there. Trevor Houle stays with him. Now they go back, and Lucas all the way out in front of it, trying to get the rebound should one materialize right there. Not going to happen in a place like that. Ujek stops it. Rolls wide, goes over on the far side boards. Fandry comes inside. Fandry, a heavy collision back there. Fandry stays with his man. Now Quebec comes back the other way. Trying to clear it out of their own zone. They do. And then it was turned and went back inside by about 20 feet. Now they get it back out to the neutral ice area one more time. And they'll hold on to this one. Bumped off of the puck again. Solid play. And they clear it inside the zone again. This is Close that goes after it. Close goes inside. Stays with Bovair. Bovair, Close. They all pushed against the wall. Bit of a collision ensued on the far side, and Bovair stays with his man again. Now they're trying to work it all the way back out the neutral ice area, and they get it inside the Team Alberta zone, and you've got a race ensue. Fandry comes after this one. Fandry hammers himself, waits. He was taken off of the boards, off the puck right there against the wall over on the far right side, waiting for this one, trying to clear it out, unable to do so. Close missed his man. Hanrahan, he was the one that was in there first, but he wasn't going to get control of it either. Now they go back. Shooting it. Quick line change coming up for Quebec. Real fast change in a play like there. Now they come back inside. Alberta comes inside. Cuts the middle part of the ice. Pushed off of the puck right there. Bierman was taken off of the puck. Stays with it. Fights for it. Goes wide. It goes against the wall on the far right side. That was grabbed again. Jacobs-Webbs had control of it. He couldn't clear it out. They blocked. They stopped, and they pushed it back inside again. Bullchild comes inside fighting for this one. Kovacek goes in against the boards. Pushed off of the puck right there by Jacobs-Webbs, who comes over and pins him against the wall. Jacob Webb stays with his man. Waits. Bullchild's in there. Misplayed it. LaRue goes in. The first period comes to an abrupt conclusion, and boy, what a remarkable, fast-tempoed period, Ben. I didn't realize that we were running out of time in the period. I thought there was lots of time left.
Yeah, it certainly did not feel like we just played 15 minutes of hockey. It's certainly a fast-paced game, and I think that'll play to Alberta's edge here. If they can keep that tempo up, it'll certainly be advantageous to him as we go on here.
I think it will indeed. I know Laird wants me for something, but I don't know what he wants. So I'll get Bruce. Maybe Bruce can go over and ask and see what he says and all that stuff. But what a remarkable fast-tempo game. We talked about how quick it was. Are you surprised they come out and started this fast, Ben?
I'm not surprised that Alberta came out this fast. That's the style of game that they've been playing all tournament long, and that's exactly the kind of game that they wanted to play. But I'd expect to see Quebec, try to slow things down here in the second period, because that's what they'll need to do here in the second period.
Well, I'm going to see if we can get our special guest up here right now, and Sean's going to come over. We're going to see if we can do our interview up here because I want to get you involved in this. So maybe if we can just wheel you out just a little bit so you can face that way. Just back up a bit. We'll get Sean in here as well. Sean, you can come in beside me right now. Where's Sean? We're going to bring him in, and we'll just I'll get you over there, and then Sean's over here. We'll let all the youngsters go behind us right now. Oh, got to turn the microphone on. That's the one thing. Make sure we turn them all on so they're on. Never fails. I always forget about the microphones once they're on. All right, so we're going to be pretty much set after everybody waits and moves out of our way and all that. Big, as long as they run by. I'll let you hold your own microphone. I don't have to do that. I've taught you well enough. You've done this before. All right, so we're going to be joined right now, and I talked about the rules and regulations for the program and all that. Very pleased to be joined by Sean Raphael. Now, Sean is the referee-in-chief, as terminology, RIC for BC Hockey, formerly BC Amateur Hockey when I was involved with the program. But, Sean, first off, thanks for doing this. I know you're a busy man. You'd probably be downstairs, much rather be downstairs talking to the crew. But this is really intricate. So let's talk about what your involvement is with the program and what the referees had to go through to do a game like this, because it's not as easy as it seems.
No, it's when it comes to the fundamentals of the rules, the teeing penalty is something that's completely unique.
That's what you were talking about,
and so that's something completely new for officials in general.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you sit down beside Ben so we get Benny in the shot, because I don't want Benny out of the shot. I don't care if I'm in it, but I just want you beside Benny as well. So carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, so that alone is a fundamental difference. That's something completely new. But the procedures and positioning to be able to see the elements of the game that are important to monitor infraction-wise go against sort of what we teach in our traditional clinic setting. So they almost have to go against their usual innate processes to make sure they're on top of the play, giving the proper feedback for the players so they know that the play can continue. So the officials here specifically came recommended at various levels, from minor hockey to junior hockey to elite levels of female hockey. So we sort of collective group of officials that went through a pre-stage event with Team BC. And then earlier this week we were joined by Kevin Webinger, referee from Alberta, who was actually in Korea at the Paralympic Games, and he walked them through some of the other elements that they needed to familiarize themselves with, and then they came out here and have been working hard all week.
Now, did you tell me that was a video call so they could watch some stuff as well?
Yeah, so we had a video call with Kevin. He joined us. We did a bit of a one-on-one session, question-answer period, and then we had about 25 minutes worth of video that was that he had provided and the event had provided for the officials to sort of get a visual of what they were to expect when the caliber rose to a national level.
Benny?
So how many hours of training go into getting your refs ready for an event like this?
Well, for these officials, practical training, being in the pre-stage event, they each worked 2 sessions there. So that was their first actual exposure on ice to the Sledge game. And then we spent almost 2 hours with them in the video conference session with Kevin leading them through that as well. And then the games here, at this caliber of play, their first time on the ice was their literal first exposure to seeing this high quality play. So
now, do they have a level system for sledge hockey, or has that not been instituted by Hockey Canada yet, or are they working on it maybe?
Ultimately, it's sort of a supplemental component to training. There is a sledge hockey manual to help identify those differences, and again, in the long run, a lot of the very foundational concepts of providing a fair and safe environment apply, and taking that approach, you learn the nuances in the game through experience, just like stepping on the ice at any level that you first officiate. Yeah.
What are some of the biggest adjustments your refs had to get adjusted to this weekend?
It's definitely the positioning. Again, it goes outside of what they're traditionally taught, and so it goes against some instinct. But feeling comfortable being on top of the play while being spatially aware, because the players are moving all around. They move on different radius, different speeds, and gauging just sort of the flow of play, which is a very different environment to be in.
What's been the consensus of feeling for the officials that are doing it, whether they're referee or linesman?
First and foremost, they've all enjoyed it immensely. Like, they want to know how they can officiate more
Good.
Going forward. They've really enjoyed the opportunity, and to be honest, the teams and players have been really great, because we're completely new to this environment, especially at this level, and they've been right there all the way through to make sure that they've been adjusting and making the appropriate calls and procedures on the ice. Yeah.
What's been the feedback from team officials and players and things like that? Are they happy with what you guys are doing?
Unless they're putting little white lies in my ear, to be honest, it's been very positive overall. I mean, the games get intense, and we all know how that occurs, but from that standpoint, it's been a very supportive group, not just from the team officials and the players themselves, but the whole event, the organizing group and the volunteers collectively just being able to facilitate the games.
I was talking to Ben yesterday, and what I told Ben I'd like to see next year is I think it would be really great if BC Hockey got involved and we could work with the Sledge Hockey and have an exhibition game. It would all have to be sanctioned through BC Hockey, naturally. Have an exhibition game with the officials, some of the officials that referee, and then put them in the sled and let them play.
So that's an interesting point, because at the BC Hockey office, we have an inventory of sleds that are a legacy from the 2010 Olympic and Paralympic Games, and our staff has actually got to do that. And
well, how did they do?
I sat in one. To be honest, it's extremely humbling to see the caliber of skill that that the players have out here to be able to do what they do. It's a new level of respect from sitting in that. From that perspective, and talking with the officials, that was sort of something that we were discussing ourselves.
Yeah.
That getting them into that type of environment and putting themselves in the players' position would be a real benefit, just to again see something from a different perspective.
Yeah, I was talking to Ross about that, and Ross said that would really be an eye opener for everybody, and I think it really would be too.
No, I would highly recommend any event where we're introducing participants, not just officials, but fans. Maybe have an opportunity for a Triad event. We ran a Triad event in Prince George when we opened up our regional center there. We had 120 people come out. Actually, Derek Whiston, who's a defenseman for the Alberta team, came out and ran that session for us. And we had elementary school and high school students, phys ed students come in, participate, and then the spinal cord injury group in Prince George through Engage Sport North and our regional office had over 120 people participating in that demonstration, basically. So I think there's lots of opportunities to grow exposure for the game.
No kidding, Ben?
So how many referees and linesmen does it take to put on an event like this?
Well, at this particular event, we have 8 officials total, 6 of which have done both referee and lining positions, and then 2 that have just worked as linesmen. But it's been the right number to get them enough practical game experience to prepare them for championship level games.
Well, this is just huge. So aside from the Sledge Hockey right now, BC Hockey, I have to give a shout out to a good buddy Bill Ennis, who just recently retired, and Bill's been there since pretty much they invented hockey pucks, but pretty much. But how is the program going with BC Hockey in general?
Very good. It's we're in our 100th year anniversary now, and a culmination of a lot of things, just celebrating hockey, and really sort of this spring moving into summer is what represents the turnover of the season.
Yeah.
I know a lot of us picture September, but events like this are a good way to kick off a celebration of 100 years. Lots of stuff happening in zone programming and elite hockey there. A road show that'll be going throughout the province from October to November, celebrating the 100 years throughout communities all over the province, moving into elementary schools, bringing a curriculum of floorball to introduce people that might not be regularly engaged with hockey there, getting into the Aboriginal communities as well, just trying to expand the scope of hockey around the province at all levels, whether it's somebody coming in at a grassroots or entry level, or right through the high performance programs and varying branches.
So one of the things me and Steve were talking about on the broadcast is how do the referees know that a player is behind them so that they don't fall on top of them?
That is one of the biggest adjustments, and naturally their instinct is to skate backwards. And one of the first pieces of advice that Kevin gave us on our video conference was, you stay focused skating forward as much as you can because you need to be spatially aware. We've had a couple of little collisions here or there, but for the most part, everybody stayed upright, and I think it's remained safe, and it's a challenge. I'm actually kind of jealous of the officials out there because I'd like to see what it's like in that environment. They've been working hard to do their best. So.
They've done a marvelous job. I commend all of them. I've had the chance to come out. I haven't taken all the games in, but I've taken a good chunk of the games in, and it's not easy to come out and referee this. And of course, anytime you go out and do a new sport that you're unfamiliar with, there's a big learning curve for you.
Oh no, definitely. And again, the teams, honestly, and the coaches have been a real benefit from that standpoint and working. I think for everybody, it's only positive to have a collaborative approach to it, so the game can grow and be exposed more. So.
And so what have you thought about the quality of competition here this weekend?
It's been very good. Like, surprising that as you watch it more, picking even up some of the intricacies of the skill that's required. Like, again, being that I've sat in a sled for 2 hours to play myself, like, some of the things that they do, it's pretty incredible. So very humbling again to see how well and proficient they are, and then the teamwork aspect of it.
So BC Hockey wrapping up the season, getting ready. You've got your AGM coming up the next while.
Yeah, June 8th to 10th up in Sun Peaks.
Peaks. Any major changes that might be on the table they might be looking at towards either the player development program or the officiating program?
I think in general, everything's always moving forward, so I don't think there's anything groundbreaking per se, but there have been a lot of big advancements in our province, from the initiation program with the cross ice and half ice initiative to properly develop kids in the learning stages of their physical literacy, and the opening of our regional centers, expanding the reach of our programming, hopefully, and again, zone programming for sort of that elite stream. Officiating wise, it's a rule change year this year, so this summer we're looking to update our curriculum and get everybody ready to drop the puck at the start of season next year.
And of course, you'd know that I'm going to ask you anyway. Any specific rule changes that they might be looking at possible down the road?
Not enough insight yet. I don't think it's going to be anything that's groundbreaking, but I think that maybe some philosophies that might bring in line maybe some of the differences that are out there currently at different levels. Just I think hockey has really moved in a direction to have a lot more consistency of expectation of play at all levels, so I foresee that kind of type of movement for sure.
And so what advice do you have for a referee that is watching a game and might have to in the future?
I think first of all is embrace the environment first and foremost. That's what every official here has done, and it's been to their benefit because it's they're all speaking about how great an experience it is, and honestly, just have fun. If you're going out there with a positive attitude, having fun, and being open-minded to challenging yourself to something different, it's only going to benefit everybody that's out there. So.
No kidding. Of course, BC Hockey, I'd be remiss if I did not say that success for BC Hockey relies completely on the volunteers. You got thousands of volunteers that help out. What do you tell them to, basically just thank them?
Yeah, no, absolutely, and volunteers in every capacity, and in particular, volunteers here from many different organizations: Sportability, BC Hockey, the community of Richmond and BC in general. No events in any capacity run without the volunteer and time that gets put in, and this has been a top-class event.
I would be remiss if I did not ask, how's Mom doing?
Very good, yeah.
Are you going to go over and see her for Mother's Day
Mother's
later
Day
on?
at her birthday next week, so it's a culmination next week to celebrate her birthday as well. So
you have to buy two gifts. Let's not get
right.
foolish here. You've got to buy her two gifts, Sean.
No, exactly.
All right, and I'll give you the final say for making mention of the public for supporting BC Hockey.
Yeah, no, anything that people want to get involved with in hockey, volunteering, participating, there's always opportunities to do that through your local minor hockey associations or through community combinations of BC Hockey, Sportability, and all those type of programs. there's always an opportunity to get involved. So encourage anybody to do that.
Okay, Sean, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it.
Thank you very
Have
much.
a happy Mother's Day and all the best down the road. You're doing a hell of a job.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Steve.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll let Sean step out right now, and he can go back and talk to the officials. Well, they're going to be back on the ice. Well, they are on the ice. They are indeed. Special thanks. Thank you to our cameraman who is graciously kneeling down. How's the knees holding up? I guess his knees are holding up fine, but anyway, that was good. Nice interview and a little bit of insight into the referees program.
Yeah, no, and it's certainly a unique part of the game of sledge hockey is getting just adapted to the new rules and the positioning as well.
Well, bottom line, I always tell everybody you can't live with us and you can't live without us. So, as a referee's point of view, and I've had the luxury of refereeing in hockey for over 60 years. And yes, I'm old, but boy, oh boy, it's a great sport to be involved in. Canada's national winter sport. Lacrosse is Canada's national summer sport. So the referees, the officials are back on the ice. Kyle Sims is the referee, goes to center, drops the puck, carefully backs out. Notice how I said very carefully backs out on that one too. He has to. So now they go back the other way. They pick this one back up and dump it back in. It goes over on the far side this time. Team Quebec are wearing the white colored jerseys. Now it's dumped back inside. Over in the corner on the far right side boards, coming inside. Eau Claire runs a bit of a pick on Dolan. Dolan was pushed off of the puck. Now they go back the other way, and Jacob Webb picks this one back up, comes out of his own zone, throws it straight forward this time. Gregore goes after this one. Waits trying to pick this one back up, far side. They'll chase it down again. Bouquet, he goes after it. Block stop, delayed offside, nullified. Now it's grabbed over on the far side wall, and they'll throw it back inside. Careful to stay onside the blue line. Off of the back wall. This is going to be picked up by Derek Whitson for Team Alberta. And you could hear Sean actually mention about Whitson actually helped him run a bit of an instructional program there as well.
Yeah, he's been out to BC a few times. He's really involved in the coaching aspect as well, and he's helped some of the BC coaches get tuned up for coaching in this tournament.
Well, that's what you need. So Lucas has it, drives for the net. Oh, everybody was in there. There was more traffic in there than we got on the Portman Bridge on a Friday night out here, Benny.
No kidding, and that's going to be key again for Alberta is just to get a ton of traffic in front of Quebec's net, and hopefully they'll be able to get a goal here soon.
Well, the key is, like you were saying, getting lots of traffic in front of that. We still have a scoreless game right now. 13:52 remaining, period number 2 right now. Linesman coming in. Danny Hanamansing squares the players up. They drop the puck very carefully. Correction, that's not Danny Hanamansing. That's Matthew Maw. Danny Hanamansing is over on the far side. Of course, if you're from the area and you listen to heavy collision just below us, I'll get back to my train of thought really quick. Poole Trevall goes back down the other way. Now they grab it, picked it back up in the neutral ice area. LaRue, he goes after it. Poole Trevall goes after this one again. Now they just cleared it back inside on the far side corner, and Fandry is going to go after this one. Takes it behind his own net. He grabs it. Kovacek picks this one back up, looks pushed off of the puck. Now they go back the other way against the wall on the right side wall this time. Coming inside to try and help out. And it's dumped down the ice. We have an icing call and a face-off all the way back inside Team Alberta's end zone. 13:09 remaining, scoreless game, Ben.
Yeah, and I was just thinking with those big hits along the boards by our broadcast location, you can actually feel the ground vibrate a bit because of how violent the hits are.
Well, I can tell they are getting a little bit physical. And I can always tell just by looking at my cup of coffee because my coffee cup shakes whenever they hit the board. So they've done a marvelous job on the reconfiguration of the arena here when they had to resurface it and all that. So did a good job. So now they go back from the rock, goes in the corner all the way over on the far side this time. Bullchild has it for Alberta, throws it past everybody. Now they dump it inside the zone. They're all pushing after this one, trying to get control. Coming inside is McDormand. McDormand shot it behind the net. Now it's grabbed again. Trying to steal this one. They do. Close has control. Takes a shot over in the far right side corner again. And Bierman comes inside the corner after it. Bierman gets it from Barbary. Barbary get control. He cleared it. Got it to the blue line area. Chased it back down. Off of the backboards. Everybody's in there. Close is in there as well. He's trying to get it back to Bierman. Puck is pinned against the boards this time. Burbe comes inside. Now they just throw it back around this time, and Jacobs Webb throws it all the way out to the blue line. Oh, Webb goes after it, gets control, gets out in the neutral zone. Waits. They throw it over on the far right side wall, and Bouquet comes inside, throws it back. Delayed offside, indicated. I believe it's a delayed offside of that play right there. So the faceoff should be in the neutral zone once again, just in front of the players' bench.
And the interesting thing about Team Alberta is after this year, they're going to have a lot of turnover. A lot of guys are retiring, so it's probably pretty important for these guys to go out with a bang with another gold medal before they hang up the skate blades.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do right there, and I was wrong in that. It wasn't an offside. It was an icing call on the play. So the faceoff's all the way back down in the Team Quebec end zone. They will wait. Jacobs Webbs comes in. The linesman, Danny Hanemansing, is telling the players behind the other linesman, that's Matthew Maw, to back themselves up. And they do. Different from real hockey, and not that this is not real hockey, but in that case they told them back up, and they did, and they stayed back. Normally hockey, and when you see a Canuck game, they say back up, and then they move back in, so you're going to get tripped anyway. Back around the other way. Forgot to make mention that when I was talking to Sean Raphael, the referee-in-chief for BC Hockey, very pleased to be seeing, to let everybody know that Kelly Sutherland, BC boy from Richmond, actually refereeing in the Stanley Cup right now. We did the game last night. I think it was Winnipeg and Vegas.
Yeah, it's certainly pride of BC being involved in the Western Conference Final.
Yeah, that's really sweet. And we've had a number of referees work their way up from our program in BC up to the National Hockey League level as well. So that's good to see. Linesman Danny Hanemansing moves, gets out of the way. This was a back pass given run. Funny back pass right there. Jacobs Webbs was one that knocked that one out of the way. Now goes against the wall, pinching themselves inside again. Bernard comes inside. Sisson comes inside, gets it away from his man. Jacob Webb goes after it, dumps it out in the neutralized area, and they'll chase it back around again. Dolan grabs it. Dolan almost gave that one away. Waits. Jacobs Webbs comes inside, goes to left side, cuts the middle, sidesteps one player, goes inside, takes a huge shot. Oh, a funny bouncing puck goes right on goal, and really had to be alert and agile. Reveld was the one that stopped that one. The referee is watching it from behind the net, making sure he had a good vision on that one as well. Now they go back down. You can see the goaltender when he's on the sled, he's got the stick, the paddle of the stick right down flat on the ice, so that should it elude him, it's going to be blocked by his stick. So we have an icing call again. No change permitted on the icing call, and the faceoff's back inside the zone.
And Tyson Rietveld, the goalie for Alberta, he's just back from a tournament with Hockey Canada's development team, along with a lot of players playing this weekend. They were at the Défi Sportif tournament in Quebec alongside the Americans, and he had a good tournament. He played 3 games, and he let in 1 goal on 31 shots in the tournament.
Very, very respectable, as you mentioned right there. So from the draw, puck goes out of the way, went out of the middle part of the little bit of a scrum, and everybody was in there and went against the boards over on the far left side this time. They're all challenging after this one, trying to get control. A little bit of a obscured view from our point of view. We got some fans sitting down below our view, but I'm not going to deter from the fans right there. They paid the price, so they go in. Heavy collision thrown inside the corner. The one that was on the receiving end of that one happened to be Sean Lucas. Slow to get out. Now they go back again over in the left side wall. They're going to pick this one back up. O'Care, he goes after it, centers it back around. This is picked up by Alberta, and Alberta will come all the way out of their own zone, up to center, over on the far left side. They work it back in again. Good play to get control of this one. That was Lucas that was inside. Waits, they'll chase it back around again. Fandry goes after it. Fandry blocks, stops, holding on it. Whitson challenges after this one. More collisions ensuing over on the far side. They'll get control. Alberta carefully played across the blue line. Now they go in again, taking the shot, trying to clear it out of harm's way. Unable to do so that time, and that was blocked by, and Close couldn't get control of it. Now they throw it back out to O'Care. O'Clair comes down. Lacombe goes in. O'Care goes to the left side. I think he expected O'Combe to go to the left side as well, and he passed it over on the left side, but he cut to the right as he was trailing him going up ice. So now they have control. Back around again. Trying to get control of it again. They cleared it. Puck is in the neutral ice area. Not going to call that for too many players on the ice. It was just one of those errant changes. Now they called him. I think they called him for the offside on the play right there. Not a penalty. It's just going to be an offside.
And it's the same style of game we've been seeing, but Quebec starting to pick it up a bit and starting to get some action in the Alberta zone. So I think the coach is real happy with how his guys are playing so far.
I think they are. They're working their way around. They know what they want to do and how they're going to sort it all the way out. So that's good to see that they're playing so hard, so aggressive. See some of the players from the previous game coming up from Team Ontario as well as Team BC coming up in the stands and taking this portion of the game in as well. So from the rock goes off of the backboards. They'll chase this one back around again. Barbre goes after it. Bouquet comes inside. They gave it to him. Now they just shot this one wide, deflected wide in the corner this time. Bullchild gets control of it. Taking a huge shot right there. Got the shot deflected wide. Now they'll pick it back up and Close takes it behind the net. Trying to center back. Block stop. Rolled back behind the net. And this is going to be grabbed again by Beauvert. Bovair for Team Quebec. He comes inside. Heavily collision. Back behind the net. Now they're trying to come out. Referee is watching them, telling everybody to keep it moving. You can see how aggressive they are down on the ice with the movement and trying to knock the puck loose. They both get control of it. Waiting for this one. Bierman lost his stick, goes back, goes after it, picks it up a secondary time. Now they go back and throw it inside the zone the other way, and LaRue goes inside, but this one's on goal. So the offside was nullified, so was a whistle. Now they go in. Nice sidestep by Bouquet to go inside his man, going right on goal. And again, another stop. Team Quebec coming to life and showing lots of momentum as they're going and throwing everything at the Alberta net.
And I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing from Bouquet. He's not afraid to, pinch in and get a good offensive opportunity. He's a very, very mobile defenseman.
Mobility is what's the call for a place like that. You can see the discussions taking place. So they're going to call them in. No young ladies playing on either team today. Am I correct?
No,
there?
There's a few women on the Alberta team, most notably Geneva Coulter, who represents the women's national team.
Okay, I just don't think I've seen her on the ice so far. That's what made me ask you that little bit of a strange question that some people might think is strange. They go back the other way. Bernard, nice little bit of a right dump pass all the way out to center. Whoa, a bit of a heavy collision back in center, and Vernier was bumped off of the puck. Now it goes in the corner once again. Fandry picks this one back up. Fandry held onto it. Now they chase it back around. Alberta out of their own zone, up the center. Their weights across the blue line. Careful to stay onside this time. And we'll get you to discuss that. Now they go back around, taking a shot, they score! Alberta puts one on the board and get the first one, 7:55 into period number 2. Alberta jumps out to the first goal of the game.
And what a huge goal that is. Dolan is the player that we said, and they've been doing a pretty good job so far, but he just gets a beautiful...
See the replay.
See the replay. A beautiful shot, top corner, and the goalie just had no chance on that.
The flick shot with the stick on the left side that time and just put her top shelf where Grandma keeps the maple syrup, and no mistake in that one at all. What a...
And that's a huge momentum boost for Alberta. It'll be interesting to see if Quebec responds with a goal of their own here.
We'll see what they can do, whether they can regroup and come back. They're playing exceptional. Both teams are playing remarkable. And, of course, good fan base for both teams out here at the Richmond Olympic Oval today, taking the game in. Puck is dumped down the ice. And I'm looking, I think icing was waved off. It was indeed waved off in a case like that. I had to take a secondary look. Lucas comes inside. Lucas tries to get control. Auclair is in there. Auclair pushes the puck back around. Close is in the corner. Close is there. They're all fighting for it. The referee is just watching the puck, telling all the players to keep it moving. Obviously, the puck is still loose. Now they wait. They heard the announcement, so the fans come to life, and we're cheering pretty boisterous for that one. Now they pick up some valuable speed straight down the ice. They cut their way back inside. Heavy collision over on the far side. That was Bullchild that was taken off of the puck. Now they misplay it. Stop, turns, waits. They hold on to this one again. Nice play by Auclair to get control of this one. Auclair throws it back over. Bullchild stays with him. Pushed, bumped off of the puck on the far side by Bouquet, who stays with his men. Bouquet goes back after him as well. Joel Houle comes inside. This was right on goal. Nice stop again. And I'm impressed. We talked about how the players can turn on a dime. Indeed, they can turn on a dime right there. And you saw the stop right there that young goaltender made. Watch the replay, Ben.
Yeah, again, Dolan, the beautiful top corner shot there. And, he's just, got such a fantastic shot. And that's a real key to his game and his success. Personally, and for the Team Alberta.
He did. Bulged the top part of the twine right there. Now they're going to call them all back in again. Dolan takes the draw that time. Threw it in the corner. Jacob Webb was his counterpart on the faceoff. Webb's retreated inside the corner to get control of it. Barbe goes after it. Clears it back all the way out to LaRue. It's in the neutral ice area one more time. Bovair comes after it. Bovair is trying to get control of it. Now that it's in the neutral ice area, they'll stop and turn. They tag themselves back up, so they got themselves onside. Another collision ensued right there, but nothing further materialized on a play like there. Now they come back down, going against the boards. Wait, stops, have to make the U-turn to get themselves onside. They did. They questioned it. Offside called. Huge high shot. Now we have a bit of a collision right there. Bovair is all frustrated and upset. that he got the shot away after they were indicating that the referee was indicating and the linesman correction was indicating it was a delayed offside. So Bovair took exception to that second shot.
And we'll certainly see the chippiness pick up here in the latter half of this game, as that's the kind of game that Quebec will want to play. They're a big physical team, and Alberta will really want to play the speed game. And so if Quebec wants success, they'll really need to play that big physical style of hockey.
Well, they've got to be physical and aggressive, but not cross the line, Ben.
Yeah, that's true. They got to keep it within the rules.
3 C's, cool, calm, and collected is what they should look at right there. And stay focused. Puck is still inside the sleds for everybody right there. It was right inside the blades. Nobody knew where it was, but they all chase it back down anyway. Now it's inside their own zone. They'll grab it. Barbier picked it back up, dumped it out in the neutral ice area. They tagged themselves back up to nullify the offside. Now they go back on the far left side. LaRue comes inside. LaRue goes after it, stays with his man. Pushes against the boards. Jacob Webbs comes inside. He's going to go after this one. Webb is in there. Webb waits, takes his man off the puck. Now they go back the other way, and Fanry steals this one for Alberta. Fanry shot it back around, cleared it all the way out to the blue line. That's as far as he managed to get it. Now they go back the other way one more time. Bouquet comes inside. They left this one. Jacob Webbs comes inside. Now it's grabbed to the blue line area. They're all pushing after this one, trying to get it loose. Dolan comes inside to get it. Cizon goes inside as well. Referee's telling me to keep it moving and turning. You can see how agile they were on that U-turn, on the 360-degree U-turn with the blades on the sled. Going inside, taking a huge shot. The first shot was blocked. The rebound going back inside again. LaRue tried to get control of it, but the first shot was actually blocked right there. And now they go back inside. Trying to throw it back out in front of the net, unable to do so. Sisson stays with his man. Not going to give him much to shoot at right there. Goes in the corner. LaRue, Sissons bumps in the corner. Now they take it back behind the net. Alberta being hemmed inside their own blue line area right now for about the last 35 seconds. They wait for this one. Everybody's pushing after this one. Barbier goes inside, waits, trying to get control. Barbier comes inside. There you can see a good look at the sled and the blades that actually double-bladed right there, if you're unfamiliar with it. Now it goes back down. We have an icing call and a face-off all the way back down in the Alberta end zone. 4:32 remaining, period number 2.
And we were talking about the blades there, and some of the guys have blades so close together. You can see there. It looks like it's one blade, but it's actually two. And the difference with
there's a blade. Good camera shot. Good camera work.
Yeah, real good camera work. You can see that there's about an inch of difference there, I would say, between the two blades, and that helps with balance and turning. You have to have real good balance to have those blades so close together.
For most people, it wouldn't help me at all. I'd need a blade that was about 6 inches wide to stay upright. Back all the way over on the far side. They're trying to get control of it. Waits, Quebec pushing inside. Wow. Now, the difference, we talked about the blade earlier on, is the players come together once again. We were talking about the blades earlier on. Different from hockey blades that we see like the midget and junior players, because they have the blades that are virtually rockered. These ones are flat.
Yeah, and that helps with turning. And a lot of the guys, they don't actually get their blades sharpened because it helps with turning.
Well, that's pretty much the same as a goaltender for hockey. They get their blades sharpened. Goaltenders get their blades sharpened maybe 3 times a year.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same thing with Sledge. It really helps to not get your blades sharpened, which kind of sounds counterintuitive, but it works.
It does. Right on goal. Big stop again. Ravel goes in and holds on that one. So as second period's coming to conclusion, just under 5 minutes remaining in this second period of play, we are being entertained to an exceptional gold medal match right now between Team Quebec and Team Alberta.
Yeah, it's certainly a high-caliber game of hockey here. And Quebec's doing a real good job getting a lot of shots lately on Rietveld, but he's such a good goaltender that if he sees it, there's a pretty darn good chance he's going to stop the puck.
Well, isn't that the truth? If they're going to see it, they're going to make the stop right there. There's no mistake in that one at all. We know that they can do it because the goaltenders are extremely agile and fast and quick. So the linesman getting set. Matthew Maw gets set to drop the puck. No different. Players watch the linesman's hand when he gets set to drop the puck down in a play like that as well. Now the puck goes over in the boards, all the way over on the far side. This time they'll grab it, and Bierman will pick this one back up. Jacob Webbs comes inside, takes him off the puck. Jacob Webbs looks, claws his way forward to go after it. Now it's in the corner. Now it's back in the far side once again. Auclair comes inside after this one. 3:53 remaining and counting down for period number 2. A bit of a hack taken right there. Play carries right on. Lacombe goes back after his stick, grabs it. Alberta inside their own zone. Cross-ice pass all the way back out to the neutral ice area. They're going to go back and challenge after this. When they do, they get control of it one more time. And they'll throw it in, but it's going to be called for the offside over on the far side again. And Bullchild's offside by that much.
And the interesting thing about a 14 tournament is these teams have already played each other once in the tournament. It was a game that Alberta won 4-0, and a lot of their goals in that game were scored on breakaways, which isn't something Quebec's allowing them to do this time.
No, Quebec is just literally shutting down whenever they're breaking out of their own zone. If they go wide, they stay with them.
Yeah, and it's a real sound defensive game at Quebec, which is the key to this game being only 1-0 with just a little over 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, indeed it is. So now they go back, they clear it back over. It's thrown inside the zone. The captain for Team Quebec will go after this one. That was Bouquet that had control. Gets back up, gets on the sled, goes back. Now they tag it back up and goes over top of the net. Literally, that was right over top of the net. I don't think anybody saw it go up and out. That was so high. I think that one, not that they didn't see it, I think it surprised them.
Yeah. It's not often that you see pucks go out of play at this level, but some of them, they just get a weird bounce or a guy really wires it and they go out of play.
And the faceoff should be outside the neutral zone, and it is. So Danny Hennemensing, the linesman, going outside. I'd mentioned earlier on that if you've heard the name Hennemensing before, well, that's because Danny's dad, Ian, is the reporter for CBC. Ian Hennemensing.
I figured that was the case.
You knew that.
I figured.
That was going to be a trick question to you later on, Ben. No, that's right. Ian, I know Ian very well. Really, really good guy. And, of course, Danny referees, and his brother works for the Vancouver Canadians in the pro shop. Huge shot, blocked, back around, going all the way over. Goes against the boards on the far right side this time. They'll pick this one back up. Kovacic picks this one back up, comes back to the middle part of the ice this time, staying with them. Now they go back again. Trevor Houle got control of it. Now goes against the boards all the way over in the far side. They cleared it back, but not out. It's still inside the corner. Right pinned against the boards this time. Coming inside is Bullchild. Bullchild comes in, offers some assistance to help out. Does he get it? No, he doesn't get control, but he maintains possession and holds on to it with a little bit of help from a lot of friends in there. Big, heavy check throwing right there. Pushed off of the puck. Bullchild getting a little bit mixed up in the corner with Bouquet.
And the Quebec goalie Carr has he's real fast to, if he falls down, he's real fast to just jump back up, and there's no delay in the up and down movement, which is critical for a Sledge hockey goaltender.
Isn't that the truth? They're very, very agile, very, very fast. And when we get a chance maybe the next stoppage, we'll get a chance. I want to take a look and talk about the picks on the end of their sticks that they get mobile with. Shot, tip wide. It goes in the corner. Ujek was one that tipped that one inside the corner this time, over on the far right side. As they go after it, they're going to pick it back up again. Working after it. Jacobs Webbs goes after. He gets hammered against the wall, literally right there. Pushed off of the puck. Dolan comes inside, trying to get control, but Jacobs Webbs still fights for it. The referee's talking to him. The puck is still loose. It's knocked loose, and they stay with it again. Dolan goes in. Goes deep. Got it to the goal line. Goes back behind the line once again. Whitson comes inside. Whitson pushed off of the puck this time by Lacombe. Lacombe, I don't think he knew where it was. He took a double look. Maybe he might have heard somebody from the stands telling him to look behind him. Regardless, he still maintained possession of it. Dolan comes inside, takes his man off the puck. Now it goes back deep inside the corner. Jacobs Webbs comes inside. Hanrahan comes inside. He goes after his man. They're trying to get control of it again. O'Rain, he is out there. Back again, pushing after. Bernard comes inside, takes Dolan off of the puck. Heavy check throw it against the wall. Now they go back one more time. And they clear it all the way down the ice, and we will have a whistle and an icing call with 1:22 remaining. Period number 2. We have a 1-0 game in favor for Team Alberta.
And we were just talking about the picks a few minutes ago, and
yeah, maybe we can get a shot of them with a camera. We got the camera guy listening into us, so you can see the picks on them there, Benny.
Yeah, those are real sharp, and they will help with movement. And I haven't mentioned this, but I've played sledge hockey for 12 years, and a few years ago, Dwayne Evans, a good buddy of ours,
Yeah.
he fell on top of me, and he cut me with his pick on my arm, and I still got a little faint scar from that
Oh.
years later.
I'll talk to Dwayne. I have to tell Dwayne I'm going to give him a penalty for you. Collision course behind the net. They both bump behind the net. Fanry comes inside, also coming inside. And now we have a stoppage of play, and I think they're going to stop at play there. We just talked about him. You were just talking about Dwayne. He's just over talking to Laird, my camera guy over there.
Yeah, it's speak of the devil, and he shall come.
Yeah, never fails, never fails.
No.
No, Dwayne's nice, but the highlight we mentioned earlier on, he said the highlight for his weekend so far was the fact that having his son score the goal.
And looks like we've got a Quebec player down in the corner there. He's getting some medical attention here, and hopefully he'll be okay. But we'll see here.
And the trainer for Quebec, we should make mention, is Valerie Janelle. The head coach is Maxime Gagnon. Philippe Leroux is the assistant coach. Christopher Rappel is the assistant coach. Valerie Janelle is the trainer. Manager, Americo Moret. And Eric Martin is the equipment, Martin Lacombe is the equipment manager. And for Team Alberta, when you look at their coaching staff, we've got Steve Arsenault as the head coach. You made mention earlier on, so you can go through the rest of them.
Yeah, Steve Arsenault is the head coach. He's a representative of Team Canada at the international level. We've got Kieran Block, who is also representing Canada internationally. Adam Kingsmill, who's a goaltender. Trainer Travis Glory. Team manager is Brendan Dolan. I wonder if there's some relation to Cody Dolan, who's a star for Alberta. And then the president is Andy Wigston. Finances is Dean Clark, who we'll be talking to in a second intermission.
We will.
And communications is Ashton Selig. So huge thanks to all of those people involved with Team Alberta.
See, you were talking about the name Dolan. If people listening in from BC and they've heard the name Dolan before, it's because they're thinking about Paul Dolan, who is one of the broadcasters for the Vancouver Whitecaps. Works with Peter Shad.
And so it looks like the injured player, they've got him off the ice, and it's Danny Werner, who's been playing sledge hockey for over 30 years.
Well, don't say it like that. That makes me sound like really old. Nice going. Good going, Ben. He's allowed to play over 30 years.
Yeah, I know. He's been around for a while, and he's a key part to the leadership group with Team Quebec.
That's good. Just don't say that he invented the game.
No, gosh, no.
He'll get mad. You get a nasty tweet. We know that. So they go back. We're in the last minute of play in period number 2 right now. Now they go back. It's going to go in the corner over on the far right side this time. They'll grab it, pick it back up. They just shot it against the boards right by the wall. Sissons comes inside. He's a heavy collision course right there. Everybody's just watching. They get up. The players just keep on going. I'm watching the fans, and the fans are giving the ones that are doing a little bit of a shrug move right there. Now they go back after this one again. Sisson throws it back over on the far side. They're going to go after it, and Bullchild was the one that was the first one. Got it back there. Now Bullchild has control, goes back, slid it down. He actually fell to the ice on his left side and went back and got back up to get control of it. What a smart, agile move. Bullchild's all the way out in front. Bernard stays with him. Now it goes back to the blue line. Will he get the shot away? Gets the shot. The buzzer goes, and it's blocked. Bouquet made the block play right there as Kovac got the shot away right there. But what an exceptional block to go down and sacrifice their body after it.
Yeah, these guys aren't afraid to, sacrifice the body. And, what an exceptional 2 periods of play. I can't believe we've already played 30 minutes, and we've only got 15 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, and only 1 goal scored so far, because you and I both spoken earlier on. Thought it might have been a little more, maybe a couple goals being scored too.
Yeah, Quebec's done a real good job of shutting down Alberta. They haven't let them break out, get any 2-on-0s or anything like that. And they'll need to come out strong here in the third, get a goal in, and tie this thing up if they want a shot at the gold medal.
You can see a nice shot of the Richmond Olympic Oval out here, open for the Speed Skating Championships for the 2010 Olympic and Paralympic Games in the Lower Mainland, as well as Whistler. I know we've got a special guest coming in. Dean Krawick is coming inside. He's in his chair, so he'll come up here. So he'll have to have him up beside us as well. Watch you don't hurt yourself with that thing. I'll find our cameraman and find out how he wants us positioned. I'm not sure how he wants us to, which way he wants us to aim right now, but we'll bring Dean in. I'm not sure. We'll find out. So we're going to bring Dean in right now. So just don't back up. We'll look this way, I guess. Okay, we will. We'll look this way, and Dean can come inside as well. So Dean's there. Don't back up and don't pull your cord out of the way. So I'm
No,
going to
gosh,
turn the
no.
microphone. Okay, fine. Where's Dean? Okay, Dean, you've got to go in the middle if you can, please, and thank you, sir. If you can, sir.
Oh, jeez. You're going to put me on TV.
We are. We're going to put you, indeed, we're going to put you on TV. The microphone's turned up. I'll even let you hold your own microphone if you don't mind, sir. Thank you very much. We appreciate you doing this, and I know you're a busy, busy man. Oh, sure.
Oh, and he said.
Toyle's going to sit out as well. If we're going to sit out, so is he. Makes the
Can
last
you hear me okay?
Sure, they can.
I'm okay?
Makes
Yeah,
the
you're
last
good.
cameraman kneel down. So we're getting ready right now. Very pleased to be joined ringside after period number 2, an exceptionally well-played game right now, joined by Dean Krovic. And first off, Dean, thanks for doing this. I know you're a very busy man because every time I've seen you, you've been wheeling and dealing all over, no pun intended, throughout the whole weekend I've seen you.
Yeah, I've been here all weekend. This is my 3rd championship coming with Team Alberta. Been all kind of different positions with the team, manager, coordinator, all kind of stuff. And this year I'm listed as a financial director. So
Big shoes to fill. Go ahead, Benny.
How long have you been involved with Team Alberta?
Team Alberta, we've had the program going for about 4.5 years. Yeah.
And how have you seen the team grow over these last 4.5 years?
The first year and a half, we were just doing training camps because there wasn't a national championship. But this is the 3rd year. The first year of the national championship, Alberta actually hosted. So we got the ball running by hosting it and putting on the first championship. And that first year, Team Alberta won. And last year in Montreal, Team Alberta also won the championship. So we're in the gold medal game again, trying to go for a three-peat.
Go for a three-peat. Nothing wrong with that.
No,
so let's talk about the growth in the province. What is your area for growth as far as recruiting? Is it through the entire province, all the way up, we'll say Grand Prairie, Fort McMurray, all the way down to the border?
Yes, yeah. Like there's a Grand Prairie, Lethbridge, and Medicine areas. The little smaller cities all have a little bit of programs, but it's a little bit tough for them to get a full team sometimes. So they kind of pick up, and like we had a tournament. We always Western Canada tournament, always in the spring. And this year, Grand Prairie and Lethbridge put a team together, so just so they can get 12 to 15 players. So we always kind of help each other in clubs in the provinces, and I think all other provinces do the same, because I know Saskatchewan came to that tournament, it was the same. Saskatoon and Kindersley put a team together. Okay. So we got to kind of work together, because it's pretty tough to get a full roster of 20 players, things like that. So, smaller clubs have to work together.
What's the youngest player that you have playing and the oldest player you have playing?
On Team Alberta?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 2 guys born in 2000, so 18, and Jeremy Bullen, the backup goalie, yesterday turned 40.
Still young.
Yes, by my standards, very young.
You're not getting into arguments for me at all on that one. I'm in the same court as you for that one. Benny?
So one of the names a lot of Sledge hockey fans will recognize is that of Derek Whitson. Talk about his involvement with Team Alberta.
Yeah, it was kind of nice. Derek was raised in Ontario, and he moved to Alberta probably 4 or 5 years ago because of a woman. Usually that's what kind of happens.
That'll do it.
And they live in Medicine Hat, and so he wanted, once his national career was done, he still wanted to keep playing at the highest level possible. So he put out that he wanted to join the provincial team, and we took him with open arms, and his leadership and experience has been great the last 2 years that he's been on the team.
Are you involved in the school programs at all back there, or do the schools in Alberta get involved?
Our club is not, our local club in Edmonton is not, but we have an organization in Edmonton, and I think Calgary also does it. They got Sledges in School program, they call it. So when a phys ed program or a school wants, the rent sledges and try it in their phys ed class, so they get them to come out, and we let the kids give it a try. So they get aware of the sport, and hopefully maybe once in a while we recruit a player that way.
Nothing wrong. Okay.
So we got 15 minutes left in this game. What is Alberta's key to success in the 3rd period?
I think they keep doing what we're doing, putting the pressure, don't back off, and keep wanting the puck and keep it in Quebec zone, right? I've always thought best defense is an offense, so if they keep it in their side, and of course stay out of the penalty box. You don't want to give up a power play in 3rd period.
No, not at all. You talk about staying out of the penalty box. The one thing that earlier on we were talking to Sean Raphael, who was a referee-in-chief for BC Hockey. The program is growing. So far, they don't have a national program for referees per se for sledge hockey. It's all in the onus for each province when they host it. Was your province any different, or if it was, how different would it be?
It was a very similar thing. We had to work with, we hosted in Leduc, Alberta, just outside Edmonton, and we had to work with Leduc Minor Hockey and, work with their referee coordinators, and kind of did the same idea. I think what Team BC had to do is, get the local referees on board and show them some videos and talk to them. And hopefully because of this national thing that we're going to have Hockey Canada get on board, and hopefully they do more programs and have, the higher end refs come, because we have the World Sledge Hockey Challenge that Hockey Canada always hosts, and maybe we can start working together and we have the same refs do both programs.
That'd be sweet to have.
Right,
So Alberta's got a very veteran team, and I understand that you'll be losing a few players after this year. Can you talk about the future of Team Alberta? Who's the future?
Yeah, that's the hardest part, is to getting some more young ones around 14, 15 kind of coming up, because I think we're all kind of thinking with this being a Paralympic year, and it's kind of going to be a rollover, that maybe a couple of our top end players will probably be on the national team in the next year or two. So it's going to be tough to replace those top end players, and we just got to keep recruiting and building from the grassroots and keep trying to find those young ones and new players. And when I'm talking new players, rookies, it doesn't mean you have to be 14 or 15. It could be 25, depending on if you get injured or when you come to the sport. Right, so just want to have somebody that's really driven and wants to play at that high and elite level.
How does Canada fare worldwide on international sledge hockey championships?
Oh, they're always right there. They've always been fighting for a medal, usually a gold medal. And just this last year at the Paralympics, took her to overtime against the U.S. team and lost 2-1. But last year they won the world, so it's very similar to the women hockey. Is that the U.S. and Canada are always the ones that are favored to win.
Let's talk about if they go to an Olympic level.
Yep.
What about funding? Because that's one of the biggest things. Whenever I talk to Olympic level athletes, that's the one thing that they always have a major concern about is funding. If they go out, they get funding, it could affect their Olympic status. Is it no different from sledge hockey?
Yeah, well, when I first started, we didn't have any support and it was on a national team. But in the last 10 years or so, maybe a bit longer, any of the Paralympians that are on Hockey Canada on the national team do get carded. So they do get funding just like any other Olympian or Paralympian athlete. So that's been really great the last, decade or so.
Good.
And so I talked about Derek Whitson. Steve Arsenault is the coach of Team Alberta. He plays on the national team. How valuable is it to have somebody on the national team coaching your players?
Oh, it's been a great. We were lucky that he was willing to do this, and he really loves it. And once his playing career is done, he's going to keep the coaching. He really loves it. The passion is there for it. He loves hockey and sledge hockey and wants to keep it growing in Alberta and Canada. Right, so having him behind the bench has been awesome. And even our assistant coach, Kieran Block, has national team experience also. He was on the team for a couple of years. So their hockey knowledge is unbelievable. And the way they've developed these young guys has been great.
It's a different side to the sport that a lot of people would not otherwise think about getting involved in.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, unless you're kind of disabled and you kind of look for it and things like that, a lot of people are unaware that there is sledge hockey that's out there for a disabled hockey. And I guess I got to start, it's getting kind of hard for me to get saying, but it's para ice hockey now that it's called at the international level. So, just getting those kind of players, but it's been awesome getting those.
Nothing wrong with that,
Benny? So we obviously probably have a lot of young sledge hockey players watching this, or young people that have never tried sledge hockey. What would you say to somebody that would want to try sledge hockey?
First thing I always tell when a new player comes out is be very patient, because they see these top end guys and they see how they turn so quickly and are stick handling so well, and when they fall over they get up so fast. Is that be patient. It's going to take a long time before you're comfortable in that sled, maneuvering it, stick handling. So I always tell them be patient and fight through that frustration of falling over, not being able to handle the puck and all that kind of stuff. So just be patient is the biggest thing I always tell new players.
Well, patience is indeed a virtue, and it doesn't happen overnight either.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, these guys put in hours. Like, with their club teams, they get out there once or twice a week, but they also go find their own ice, and they're working all the time, and then they're in the gym 3 to 4 times a week. They put a lot of effort in.
Couple things come to mind. First off, you mentioned about Paralympic athletes. Our former sports minister for Canada, Carla Quattro. Carla, a good friend of mine, and lives in Delta in Ladner, just through the tunnel, basically. But Carla was our Olympic medalist in there, and she was in that for a while, the Paralympic Games as well. She was heavily involved in that. But the other part with that is you talk about that. We talked about funding and how difficult it might be for their. But we talk about the adversity the players go through. But to the players, it's not an adversity to them at all. It's just part of life.
It is, yeah. Well, I was just talking to our trainer today, and he's just thinking he's so amazed by our players because they never complain about pain and things like that because they're daily stuff. They're hurting, so they get another little bruise and stuff, and they just kind of fight through it. And like you said, their adversity is every day, not just in the sport. So, being able to do this sport and do it at the highest level, they just love it.
Yeah, indeed they do. And it's different. I know people are going to take exception to what I'm going to say, but I'll say it anyway. I go out and I watch the MLS. I watch the Vancouver Whitecaps and some of the teams they play. Players fall down. They pretend they got shot out of a cannon. Nobody's even touched them. And they're more like actors. They should go down to Hollywood and be an actor down there instead of playing soccer because that's basically what they are. And my wife gets she says, why do these guys do that? And I said, they get paid big money for doing that.
That's right. Yeah, they're trying to do it. And these guys are just doing it, especially at this level. They're doing it just because they love it. They want to be here. Like, it's just, we got a rookie this year, and he's in his 30s, but he's just enjoying it. He's pushed himself all season, and he's got a sore wrist, but he's still out there trying when he gets his shift.
Ben?
So how does somebody get involved in sledge hockey in Alberta?
Well, there's a few
Leave
clubs.
BC first.
Yeah, even in BC, I'm sure every provincial site like BC Hockey, Alberta Hockey, if you go there, you can probably look up and find a little sledge hockey spot, and then you can find out where there's clubs and stuff and what cities or whatever's closest to you, community and things like that. And of course, you just put in the Google sledge hockey and the area, and usually all of us have some kind of Facebook or media or website, things like that. So that's every year I seem to get an email and stuff like that. Someone going, my son or my daughter or somebody's interested, they want to try sledge hockey. I probably have 5 to 10 emails like that every year. Not that I'm looking, they come find us a lot of times.
Yeah, they reach out to you, and that's what it's all about too.
Yes. And I've noticed because we're doing these events, and I've noticed since 2010 when Vancouver hosted, we've got a lot more push regarding sledge hockey and things like that across the country. Well, I've noticed that all the provinces have increased numbers for sure.
Yeah, overall awareness.
Yeah, it was that own the podium just didn't work. It also worked for the Paralympics too, not just the Olympics. That it got out there and people heard about it.
No, and they need that. I get frustrated when the media goes out and they cover all the Olympics, but the Paralympic Games, they're sort of secondary, and I get so frustrated, Bappy, because I really enjoy watching it. Now, you were telling me you come from the St. Albert area up in just outside of Edmonton.
Yeah.
Any shout-outs to anybody up there? Because I know I've got family and relatives listening in from Fort Saskatchewan and Bruderheim.
Oh, yeah. I'm from St. Albert. My mom and dad live there, and of course it's Mother's Day. Got to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom and all my family watching and things like that. And I'd also like to do a shout out to Andy Wixton that couldn't make it this weekend, our director of Alberta Sledge. I know he's watching too.
Okay.
So, thanks, guys, and Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Okay, thanks, Dean, for doing this. I appreciate all the time
problem.
and continued success down the road. But when you play BC, be nice to us.
Always do. Thank you, man.
Okay,
Take
thanks,
care.
Dean. I appreciate it. Thanks. I'll take the mic from you. Thank you, sir. So we're going to turn our attention. We're getting ready to start the third period. The teams are coming back, so we'll turn our attention to the ice right about now.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Good job. Good job.
This pound too, man.
That was fun.
Thank you, man.
All right, Benny, how'd that go? That was good. I enjoyed all the insight that he given to us about Alberta and the way it's going and what they're going on. That was good.
Yeah, Dean is a really intelligent guy. He's been around the game of sledge hockey ever since I started playing. He's a familiar, and certainly glad to get him on in the second intermission here.
Yeah, very much. You can talk for a bit. I have to talk to a lady behind me real quick because I was asked to. So, again, if you're listening in, wherever you're listening into, send me a note on Twitter. It's just @SportsWave, and I'll give a special shout-out to you. So you can talk about the players coming back and what the lineup's going to be like real quick, Ben.
Yeah, so great third period action just about to get underway between Alberta and Quebec here. Alberta leads 1-0 here after 30 minutes to play. You'll notice that it's three 15-minute periods instead of the traditional 3 20-minute periods that are played at the National Hockey League level. So key to the success for Quebec here is, just to get that first goal here pretty quickly and get this game tied up. And for Alberta, they'll just want to keep up the pressure and maybe add another one just to get a bit of a safer lead.
So as we get set to start period number 3, if today's your birthday, many happy returns today. You're celebrating your birthday with the likes of Merle Haggard, country music singer, and he was born in 1937, and that's one of them. And we are underway for period number 3 right now, but apparently it was a false start, so they're going to do it all over. So while they're going to make mention, they will start that one all over.
And while they do that, I should throw out a quick thank you to our sponsors, YVR Airport, Via Sport, Richmond Sport hosting, the province of BC, WestJet Sportability, BC Hockey, Freshie, and Boston Pizza. Thank you for our support, and thank you to all of the volunteers who have made this great weekend possible.
Very much. So we are officially underway right now, period number 3. Waiting for it. They just shot it off of the wall. We'll expect this period to get a little more physical and aggressive with both teams trying to capitalize and get one more. Of course, Alberta, if they get one more, they'll put them up by 2. Quebec wants to get one more just to tie the game and see if they can go in the OT factor right now. They get control. Coming inside again. Boisvert goes inside. He cleared it back in. It goes over on the far side wall, and Sisson picks this one back up for Alberta. Sisson throws it back over to Frandry. Frandry out to the neutral ice area. Whitson goes after it. You were talking about him in the pregame as well as the half intermission after the second period as well.
Yeah, he's one of the key players on Alberta. He's, such a skilled player, and now that his national team career is over, he's lended his skills to Team Alberta and is a real key to what they do here.
Make mention that if you're a sporting fanatic and a real sports buff on this day in history, going back on this day in history primarily, you go back a number of years, 1955, Mickey Mantle hit 3 consecutive home runs, and in 58, Stan Musial became the 8th player in Major League history to hit 3,000 hits. And also on this day, going back to 89, Wayne Gretzky was on Saturday Night Live. So those are 3 of the things that we should make mention of right there. Now they go back, kicking a high, huge shot right there, deflected it right on goal. They pick it back up again, and they're trying to get control of it again. Now they have it and dump it back down the ice. They'll go after this one. Inside the zone. Do we have an icing? Far enough? Sure they do. Far enough to reach and cross the line, but a quick start to period number 3 right now.
And the interesting thing here is you can start to see the sun reflecting off the ice. The oval here is all open with windows. It'll be interesting to see if that plays a factor at all here in the third period. I know it's been a factor in previous games.
You can see the coach over on the far side, Maxime Gagnon. Had a good conversation, nice little bit of a discussion with him prior to the game today as well. So now they go back, waits, and Quebec trying to get out of their own zone. They do. They get it back, and Boisvert comes inside. Boisvert goes over, pushed off the puck on the far side. They'll challenge and dig after this one. You can see how he's continuing to dig after that one with the picks on his stick to get control and go deep inside their corner. They're fighting for it, holding on to it. Auclair, he goes inside the corner. He's trying to get it. Auclair turned his sled upside down that way. Now gets it back the other way and goes back after it. The referee was over tagged up in the middle of the play right there. Now he's trying to get out of the way. Blocked shot taken right there. Stopped. Oh, well played. Poul Travol was the one that deflected that one back behind the net. Now they go back the other way. Boisvert comes inside. Also inside pinching in is Alexis Auclair. He's after the puck, trying to knock this one back loose. Waits. Fandry is fighting for this one. Now it goes back to the blue line area one more time, and they'll keep it onside at the blue line, but it took one shot and deflected off a stick from Alberta. And Alberta going off on a change. In one gate, out the other one. That's the only way the line changes work to the advantage of everybody. Kovacic comes back down. He gives the puck back all the way over this time. Blocked, stopped, picked back up. Now they work it all the way out to the neutral ice area, and they fight it inside the zone. Close comes inside. Close just shoots it off of the back wall. Ujek stopped it. Shot it off the backboards behind him. Just give it away this time. Now they go back after it a secondary time, and they're all fighting after the loose puck. Trying to go after it a second time, right on goal, throwing it inside their corner. Ujek was the one that got good solid stop on that one as he watched it come straight out of the corner. Now they go back the other way. Team Alberta will turn and circle inside their own blue line by about 3 feet, and Whitson gets it for Alberta. He throws it inside, off of the wall, over on the far left side. Challenging coming inside is Lacombe. Lacombe was the first one to the puck, takes his man off. That was Brennan Sisson was pushed off of the puck, lost and his sled tipped upside down that way. Now they go back over on the far side wall, going back again, picking it back up. Alberta pinching inside, centering pass, back around again. Nice play to center it back around, and Bierman got the shot away, but that shot was blocked. Now they have the breakout play. I'm not sure whether they saw and knew where that was going, but Lucas was the one that ended up getting out from Vernier. And Vernier is back on the ice right now, so he's apparently none the worse for wear after he was taken off earlier on. Having collision course on the far side. Centering in front, tipped, huge save right there. What a cross-ice pass on the play right there, but nice tip in by Terry. And what an exceptional, remarkable save on that one right there.
Yeah, what a huge save by Tyson Leitvelt. Huge save to keep Alberta in the lead here, and Quebec's going to need to get a few more opportunities like that here, as we've got just over 11 minutes left here in the third period.
And you can see Gregoire going off after he had that deflection. But what a nice setup pass and a real quick one-time release to get that one shot. So the centers will come inside for the draw. The referee moves over, gets himself in proper position. Jacobs-Webbs takes the draw, pushed it straight forward. It was actually went back in the corner and close grabs this one for Alberta. He throws it back over the far side, straight out the middle part of the ice as they work their way back down. Sisson comes inside. As he goes in, Bouquet stays with him. Sisson's in the corner, centering pass, goes behind the net. Couldn't get it out the front. It rolled off his stick and went behind the net that time. And now it goes over on the wall, over on the far right side that time. They pick it back up, grabbing it, shooting it back again. Fanry was one that had it. Now this is picked back up at the center ice area. Heavy check thrown. Dolan cleared it back inside again. Dolan only got it back in over partway, about 20 feet inside the zone, and Bernard picks it back up for Quebec. Waiting for it. Goes up ice the other way. Inside the Alberta zone. The referee had to be really alert on that play. Almost got caught on a line change with the player coming out, so had to take a secondary double look on the play right there. Werner is in the corner. Werner was bumped off the puck. They challenge and come inside. Barbary comes inside, going after it. Waits. They blocked again. Dolan stays with Barbary. Dolan's inside again, fighting for the loose puck. Close goes inside now. He's going after this one. Now it's grabbed against the wall over on the far side, and they dumped it down the ice. And this is intercepted back at center by Bouquet. And Bouquet was pushed off the puck. Play carries right on. Carefully stayed onside. They go back the other way, knocked out of the air. Fanry comes after it. More of a collision course in front of our broadcast location. Heavy check throwing. Now they go back, and I think it was just tagged up against the wall. Nobody get it loose, so we have a stoppage of play once again. And they come inside again. Referee is just going in and telling the players, you guys just settle down and be relaxed right now. Now they go back. Boys getting a little bit aggressive out there. Watch the replay right there. There you can see the collision.
Yeah, just sandwich there. Big hit, and I think we'll start to see a lot more of that from Quebec here in the last 2/3 of this game here.
Well, Quebec wants to open the game up and play their style game. They come out here with one thing in mind, and that's to go home with a championship gold medal trophy.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge goal for them here this year.
So from the draw was pulled back. Dolan won the draw, cleared it all the way back over on the far side this time. They'll pick up some speed and go back down the ice the other way, and Sisson comes inside. Sisson goes inside. Whitson's in front of the net, going in, taking the cross pass, back to Whitson. Whitson holds onto it, holding on it, taking a right-handed shot that time. Got it on goal, stopped again by Ujek. He tipped that one inside the corner, and now Team Quebec coming all the way out this time on the left side, but they're going to go back after it. Foundry comes inside. He just shot this one back behind the net. They're going to go after it again. Pinching in and fighting for the loose puck, trying to get control of this one. Once again, everybody is inside. Now it goes back out in the neutral ice area. Back in front of the players' bench. Over on the side of the ice, it's on the north side of the rink by the glass this time. Dolan is in there. Lacombe goes inside as well. Now the trailer is Dolan. Back in, Lacombe goes in front of his own net. Also in there is Beauvert. Beauvert comes inside to try and help out. Couldn't get control of this one. It's still wide. Now it goes behind the net. Knocked out of harm's way by Ujek that time, the goaltender. Harris Ujek, the goaltender. The referee is talking everybody. Good positioning right behind the net by him. He's just talking everybody. The puck is still loose. Referee's telling him it was loose. He's got to be right over top of it. That's the one thing I was talking to him about before the games. I had a chance to talk to Kyle Sims, and Kyle says when you're refereeing a game from his vantage point, you pretty much have to be like a drone and hover right over top of the play. He said, otherwise you're going to be out of play and you won't see what's transpiring over on the far side. So now they get control once again. They get it out. Trevor O'Hoole gets it in the neutral ice area, throws it straight forward. Now they go back the other way. They pick this one back up and intercepted it out to the neutral ice area. Grabbed, utilizing two-stick drag and the cross pass right there. Well played. O'Care, he goes after it. Close picks it back up, throws it straight forward. This is grabbed, intercepted by Bouquet, and he dumps it back over on the far right side. Across the blue line, dangling their way inside the corner. Waits going inside, trying to get the shot. It was. It deflected off the back part of the net that time. And Alberta work it all the way out of their own zone. Bit of a check ensues over below our location right there. Jacobs-Webbs comes inside. Close stays with him. Bit of a hook ensued. No call on the play. They carry right on. Jacobs-Webbs comes inside again. Close goes after him against the boards. Trying to pin him against the boards. And Whitson comes inside to offer some assistance as well. Whitson, close. The two of them in there trying to get a stoppage of play. Unable to do so. This time Gregory picked it back up and upped it to the blue line. And as he threw it back to the D-man was about 20 feet off of the wall. And he gave it right against the board. So a little bit not the way he wanted the play to set themselves back up. They go back. In the neutral ice area in front of the bench. Sisson has control. Sisson throws it back inside. Waits a long lob pass all the way back out to the neutral ice area. They'll go after it again. Gregory goes after this one. Waits, takes his man heavily against the boards right there. Well played. Now Kovacek's got hammered against the boards. Now they go back the other way. Sisson's trying to pick this one back up. And he did, and he goes inside. Waits. Sisson's the trailer coming inside. Barbary goes inside as well. Off of the backboards. Sebastian Barbary goes inside, staying with his man. 7 minutes remaining, or close to it, in period number 3. Still a 1-0 score for Alberta. Quebec throw it out of their zone, back in the neutral ice area. Pushed off of the puck once again. Auclair stays with his man. Auclair stays with him. Gregory stays with his man as well. Not going to let him get loose. You can see the referee. Of course, the referee is right there, joining the spot. Kyle Sims being overworked. But it sounds funny to say. When was the last time you heard a referee say, I really, really am enjoying this game? Goes in the corner, and that's exactly what he told me before the game started tonight. He said he was looking forward to it because I congratulate him. There's a heavy crunch. You talked about bodies flying out here, and I can see as the bodies start to fly, you're just smiling at this one down there. Heavy check thrown. Now they'll go back the other way. They're going to circle. Do they get control? Yes, they get it inside the zone going after this one. This is Close that gives a cross-ice pass. Close goes in the corner. Lacombe comes in. Long time between whistles right now. And they're picking this one back up, and the tempo is really getting fast and furious. Now they go back all the way out in the neutral ice area. Across the line, throwing it inside. Will it go right on goal? Nope, missed the net by about 3 feet over on the far right side this time. They pick this one back up easily, and Fandry throws it back behind his own net this time. Gets it back over to Lucas. Lucas on the far side. Bernard grabbed this one. Bernard for Quebec. He picked it back up. The puck is loose. Now it goes all the way back over, this time on the right side wall, and it bounces in the neutral ice area. Lacombe will steal this one. So with Lacombe stealing the puck, Close couldn't get it from him. Now it's inside the zone one more time, and they give it back again, and Lucas just dumps it back down. Icing is waved off by the linesman. Another collision course right there, and the puck rolls through the crease. Very, very close on that play right there. Left side wall. They come inside. Alberta is really, really supplying the pressure, but Quebec on the other extent, they've had chance after chance too, just unable to capitalize right now. Now they go back inside the zone. They're going to go after this one. Far side. Bullchild comes inside, takes his man off of the puck. Bullchild shoots it all the way back on the far side. Bullchild gets control, but he gets pinned against the boards. Solid collision course over on the far side. Now they go back the other way, trying to get control. Bouquet comes inside. Bouquet takes his man off of the puck. That was Whitson was there. And a couple players collided, and I think the referee just caused it just probably for more or less. Either he's tired or he wanted to replay on that one right there. There's the replay on that one, Ben.
Yeah, great shot by Kovacevic, and a good blocker save by the goalie of Quebec, Alan Kerr. And one thing I want to make note of is at the start of play, after the last play, they were a bit slow on the clock. So it'll be interesting if they add any more time back onto the clock.
I don't think they did. Nobody picked up on that except probably you. So I don't think they added any additional time. I didn't see the referee over talking to him. And, of course, it's not like soccer. He had 4 or 5 extra minutes if you want, just depending on your motivational time of the day. Sisson bumps Lacombe against the boards. Now it goes back in the corner. Big U-turn shown right there by Tanner Fandry. Fandry stays with him. Fandry not going to give him much to shoot at. Trying to get the puck loose back there again. Now it's just dumped all the way back on the far side. Bouquet goes in. He is pinned against the board. Jacob Webb comes inside. He's trying to get control. Now the puck is bounced loose, and the players are picking up some speed. Waits, drop pass. Back around underneath the Sledge. You can see how easily they manipulate that one and push it. And Boseve takes his man off of the puck over on the far side. Bovair was the one that took him that time. Now it's in the neutral ice area. Wide open, unable to split the D and go back inside again. And Bouquet was the one that comes inside. Bouquet is pushed off of the puck on the far side by Dolan. Dolan stays with him. Bovair comes inside. Bovair throws it straight forward. Does he get control? He holds onto it nonetheless. Pushed off of the puck. Players still playing a little bit aggressive right now. We're about 3:40 remaining in the third period right now. Puck is loose. They swat it out of harm's way, and it goes back the other way. Nobody knew where the puck was, but one of the players did to get it back around. Now they cleared it back out, and Bullchild dumped it out to the center ice area, and it goes inside the zone for Quebec. Quebec getting chance after chance and unable to beat the penetration for the defense for Alberta right now. Goes inside the zone. They come back all the way over on the far side. Carefully well played that time. Foundry goes after it, and they bounce back the other way. A bit of a race ensues. Now they come inside, going on the far side. Close comes in, takes a huge shot at a save, and the net moves and the whistle goes. And there's no goal on the play with 3:01 remaining in period number 3.
What a chance from Braden Close. He's on the national development team for Canada. Exceptional player, and he got the kind of opportunity that Quebec didn't want to give up, and Kerr did a good job to keep the puck out of the net and get a whistle, and we'll reset here with just under 3 minutes to go.
You know, I'm watching this. There's the replay. You can see the replay on the screen right there, Ben.
Yeah, like I said, great job to keep it in. Bouquet slides in, takes the net off, and you can see there the puck doesn't go in before the net goes off.
No, not at all. It went in right there. There was a close play right there because the net goes in, and otherwise that could have been really a controversial play right there because the net went off. And I see both teams going over, so we've got their trainer is out attending to the young goaltender, Harris Ujek, on the far end right there. And once again, welcome everyone to our broadcast. Hope you're enjoying the call of today's final gold medal championship game for this championship. Final game for the Canadian National Sledge Hockey Championships coming to you from Richmond's Olympic Oval. Welcome everyone to our broadcast. Happy Mother's Day on behalf of Sledge Hockey Canada. Wherever your travels might take you, slow down, drive with extreme care and caution. Remember, we want you to be a good sport and not what I call a sporting statistic down the road. So they're going back out. Got to make sure he's okay. They don't want to start the play. That's the one thing about this, safety first and foremost. Now, I was going to ask you real quick. When you look at the sticks of the players, are both sticks, do they have to be the same length?
They don't have to. There's no standard, but generally they are because you want to have the stick the same length for when you're making a stride or that kind of thing. So generally, yes, they're the same length, but they don't have to be.
Okay, so they've got the goaltender listed as Alan Kerr, and I've been giving Ujek all the credit all the time. So my sincere apologies to family and friends that are listening in or watching this one back there. It's obviously Alan Kerr that's playing goal for Team Quebec. So yes, our sincere apologies. Just noticed that on the back of his sweater right there. So you can see coaching staff over on the far side. Maxime Gagnon had a discussion with his players to see what they can set up. Urgency comes to mind right now. He's pacing in the players' bench over on the far side like an expectant father.
Yeah, he's real nervous. Quebec will want to win the face-off and get it out as soon as possible and get a good opportunity, and we'll see what they can do.
So we will indeed see what they can do. So from the draw, goes back around, waiting for this one, trying to get control. Close comes inside. He's going against the wall over on the far left side one more time. Close comes inside. Never managed to get control at that time. Now they wait. And it's again out in the neutral, was in the neutral zone. Then it bounced its way back inside. Jacob Webb goes after this one. Now it goes back the other way, and they cross the blue line inside the zone over on the far right side. Jacob Webb comes inside. Pushed off the puck. Penalty going to be going this time to Foundry. And I want to see what the call is going to be going. Tanner Foundry is going to be tagged for the penalty right there. Going to be interference on the call by the referee.
And that could prove to be a costly interference penalty for Alberta if Quebec can capitalize there. And you just see he just nudged them a little bit as they were fighting for the puck, and the ref called the penalty.
Well, I didn't have much of a choice. Kyle Sims, the referee right now, and I think we might have a timeout called by one of the teams. I just want to wait, and I'll watch the referee for the instruction as to what he gets. One of the teams is calling the instruction, the timeout. So timeout for Team Quebec right now. So if you're the coaching staff, I'll put you on the hot seat right now. You're the coaching staff for Team Quebec. What would you be talking to the players, as well as if it's Alberta? What would you be talking to them about?
Well, Quebec, I'd be talking about getting bodies to the net, getting pucks to the net, and just making Reitveld work for everything that he's got here in the last 2.5 minutes. And for Alberta, I just keep the energy up and get the puck out as soon as you can, and just kill these last 2 minutes with a strong penalty kill, and then they've got the gold medal in the bag.
Well, you look at it when the minor penalty, if they do not score, when the minor penalty finishes, they will have 29 seconds remaining, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not they end up pulling their goalie at one point of the game as well.
Yeah, I would imagine that the coach in Quebec will probably look to pull his goaltender, maybe even to start the power play. We'll have to wait and see, because it can be a bit difficult to get the goalie off the ice and get another player on, because the goalies are a bit slower to move up and down the ice. So I wouldn't be completely shocked if Quebec decides to start the power play here, 6-on-4.
And you could see some of the fans, and I think there were players that were in the stands, but I'd like to get a shot, if we can, of some of the fans that are in the crowd, because we've got a solid fan base in the crowd here coming out for both teams, cheering everybody on right now. So the goaltender will go back inside the net. See how far he goes back. He's not going to go all the way. He might, just to confuse me. He did. He goes back inside. So this is a key face-off right now. And the power play for Team Quebec. Can Alberta kill this one off and pull out a successful championship victory here, or will Quebec tie it up and see us go overtime? So from the waiting for it, they just pick it up and dump it all the way down the ice. Nice left-handed dump down the ice by Dolan that time. Waiting for this one, they just watch. That's probably a good reason why they never pulled the goaltender right off the bat. But we'll keep our eyes peeled and see whether he does go or he stays on the ice. Now Quebec coming out of their own zone, taking their time right now, holding on to it. Goes over in the far right side, across the blue line, inside the line by about 20 feet. Whitson stays with his men. Beausevier comes inside as well. Now Bouquet goes after it. Now Bouquet steals this one. He goes back, cross ice, all the way over on the far side this time. Lacombe takes a high shot over top. The goaltender's going out for the extra attacker right now. He's trying to get off the ice, and he does. He gets off of the ice really quick. Empty net on the far side. You can hear the fans telling everybody right there. Shot off of the back wall. They're going to go after this one, pinching back inside. Everybody's in there again. Trevor Houle goes in, trying to wrap around, trying to send it all the way back out in front, back to Beausevier. Going in, taking a shot. That was blocked. A scramble. Beausevier turns, picks it back up, takes a shot, missed the net on the outside right post. And they'll grab it one more time, and Bouquet grabs it. Bouquet takes it back behind his own net as he holds on to this one. Waits right on goal. Huge save right there again. Reitveld comes out with a big, remarkable stop, but Quebec's supplying lots of pressure, Benny.
Yeah, they're certainly putting on the pressure, and an easy, or I'd love to say easy, because he makes it look so easy, but it's not an easy save there. To get the arms up, get the blocker up, and just to deflect the puck away and get it away from the net. And Quebec now empty net with just under a minute 20 to go. We'll see if they can get a goal here. It'll be a quite interesting last minute and 20 of play here.
So they will come inside for the draw. Coming inside with Jacobs Webb for Quebec. Close took the draw for Alberta. Now it goes back behind the net. They're trying to get control of it. This is grabbed on the far side. Sissons picks this one back up. Shoots it over against the wall. Left side this time. Couldn't clear it back out. Now it's kept on side. Bouquet goes inside. He takes it, centers it back, waits. All the way out Bouquet. Last minute of play in the third period of play right now. Now they're coming all the way back. Waiting for it, going after it. Takes it, runs it off his man. Now they go back inside. Delayed offside, still in place. They got to tag up to get onside. They do. And this is cleared all the way down the ice. And icing is naturally waved off. They're shorthanded. Alberta, good job killing that one back off. 40 seconds remaining. Period number 3. Quebec Coming back down, that shot was blocked and stopped and thrown back inside. What a nice block on a play like there by Sisson. And that could be the block of the game if you're going to call for a block of the game. Now Quebec coming all the way out of their own zone, down the far side as they're working their way back inside across the blue line. Careful to stay onside, both teams. Now they go in again. Jacobs Webb is in there. Clock is against Quebec right now. That's the only thing that's against them. They go back, trying to get some traffic out in front of net. Waiting for this one. Auclair is out there. Now they go back around, and Alberta rip it down the ice. Does it go in? No, it misses the net, but we have an icing call and 4.9 seconds remaining in period number 3 in the game, and we will have a face-off deep inside the Alberta end zone.
This is a very key face-off. It's Quebec's last chance. They'll have to win it back to the point and get a body in front of the net. It'll be interesting to see how they line up. If they send a few more guys to the right side of the dot to get the traffic in front and hope for bounds to go in.
Bouquet was having a discussion with the referee. Not sure what it was about. Regardless, they're putting their players all the way back inside. Not sure what they're doing. They've got to bring one more back on. They've got an empty net. I don't think he realized that they had the empty net. So Jacob Webbs will come inside to take the draw. His counterpart is going to be Braden Close. This is a key face-off right now. Now I'm going to see. So the referee is Kyle Sims. He's going over. He's having a discussion. Not sure whether he's having a discussion about the late line change or what, but Danny Werner is the one that's on the listing end of that one. Kyle Sims, the referee, talking to him.
And it looks like Werner will go off here.
But they need one more. They've got an empty net, so they need one more.
No, Werner.
Oh, just maybe delivering a message to the coach.
Yeah, and
So he's going to come in. So from the draw, they pinch it all the way back. Waits, traffic in front of that. They're trying to get control of it. Lacombe is in there. And the buzzer goes, and Alberta pulls out a championship win here for the 2018 Canadian National Sledge Hockey Championships. And there you can see a jubilant team from Alberta.
What a huge victory for Alberta. That's 3 times in a row that Alberta can say that they are national champions, and what a huge win for them again. And a hard-fought game by Quebec. A lot of credit to them to pick up the silver medal here.
3 times indeed, and of course, special shout-out Bobby Kingsmill says he's cheering on Team Alberta from Smithers, BC, and of course, I've got another one from Hipro 84. He said he's listening in for Team Alberta. And number 21, Braden Close from his home in Kindersley, Saskatchewan. So thank you very much for the shout-outs. Appreciate them. Hope you enjoyed the call for the game. And what a remarkable game. Well played. And you know, a 1-0 score, Ben, that could have went either way. And we talked about that from the outset, about the talent level that these young men and ladies have on this level of game. This is remarkable.
It truly is, and it's a 1-0 game, but it doesn't feel like it was a 1-0 game. There was so much offense in this game. It was truly a remarkable game and a good effort by both teams. And another look at the game-winning goal. We have Cody Dolan here with the fantastic shot to just roof it top corner. A beautiful goal by Cody Dolan, and that was all it took for Dolan and Team Alberta to get the win here.
The key for that was a setup, the one that set it up for the assist. That was a remarkable key right there.
Yeah, that was Sisson who, on his stomach, was able to set up the winning goal.
Yeah, pretty much a secondary effort in there. Now they're putting the carpet out on the far side. We'll have all the medal presentations, and then hopefully we can get some interviews with a couple of game stars from each team. They're going to have the presentation. This is absolutely remarkable. And just to make mention while we're waiting for this one right now, for those, I had to do a little bit of homework to find it out because I'm not up on the sport like I should be, and you told me that last week, so I fully explained that. Sledge hockey, we should make mention, it's called para-ice hockey by the International Paralympic Committee, and it's known as international ice hockey, or in the U.S. as sled hockey. And it's a sport that was designed to allow participants who have physical disabilities to play the game of ice hockey directly. And it was designed and invented, actually, as we made mention earlier on, by 2 men from Sweden who designed it for para ice hockey in the 1960s because they wanted to continue to play hockey despite their physical disabilities. And their design included 2 skate blades on a metal frame that is pretty much used for today as well, and allowed the puck to pass from underneath and complete the ensemble by including 2 round poles with bike handles for sticks. So that's basically what they're using right now. Good camera shot, ice level right there. And that's what I like. I like those beauty shots like that. That's what makes it, not us, that's what makes the call right there, Benny.
Yeah, for sure. And you can see the Alberta folks aren't too happy or aren't showing their thrillingness yet, but you'll start to see them celebrate after Quebec gets their medals.
Okay, I think we're going to listen in right now to the PA announcer, so we'll turn our attention to him. Well, we will talk instead of us listening into that. The officials have made their way, from the ice service right now. Ben, what a remarkable game. Now they are.
For the gold medal game. Joining me once again, we have our 2 up-and-coming stars, Matteo Pellizzari and Brandon Twaits. My script is pretty much the same as the previous presentation, which is appropriate because, again, we need to really thank our volunteers, officials, and teams for making this year's national championships a great success. So thank you to you. And one thanks I forgot in the last one, and a big one goes out to the Richmond Oval staff for making this event possible, especially with the ice and the benches and all the work they put in and all the attention they gave us throughout. So let's give them a special big round of applause. So it was a hard-fought gold medal game, and we're going to call up Team Quebec, the silver medal winners. And please come up according to what Travis calls your roster.
Number 1, Harris Hujic. Number 2, Sébastien Babé. Number 3, Grégoire Thierry. Number 4, Sébastien Boisvert. Number 5, Aurélien Buquet. Number 6, Francis Lacombe. Number 7, Kevin Anran. Number 9, Danny Werner. Number 10, Anton Jacob Webb. Number 11, Gwendal Trebalul. Number 14, Joey Leroux. Number 27, Simon Benard. Number 28, Alexis Auclair. And number 30, Alan Kerr. Equipment Manager, Martin Lacombe. Trainer, Valérie Janel. Assistant Coach, Christopher Rappel. Assistant Coach, Patrick Leroux. and head coach Maxime Gagnon. Congratulations, Team Quebec. Manager Marie-Ève Blais. And your 2018 gold medal champions, Team Alberta, number 32, Jeremy Bullen. Number 33, Tyson Reitfeld. Number 3, Tanner Fandry. Number 5, Derek Whitson. Number 6, Zach Savage. Number 7, Zachary Lavin. Number 8, Brandon Sisson. Number 11, Kurt McDormand. Number 14, Ben Bierman. Number 20, Jordan Bullchild. Number 21, Braden Close. Number 13, Geneva Coulter. Number 88, Cody Dolan. Number 10, Sean Lucas. And number 9, Mika Kovacevic. Communications, Ashton Selig. Finances, Dean Krowick. Team manager, Brendan Dolan. Trainer, Travers Roy. Assistant coach, Adam Kingsmill. Assistant coach, Kieran Block. And head coach, Steve Arsenault.
Not a problem, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, Ben, I think they're going to be doing some more interviews and presentations on the ice, so I'm going to make my way onto the ice right now, and I'm going to see if I can grab the head coach, Mr. Steve Arsenault, and talk to him, but I'll leave it up to you, and you can talk up here, and I'll go down there and see if I can grab him. And then we'll talk to the goaltenders as well, so we'll listen.
Tyson Reitfeld of Team Alberta. The award for top defenseman of the tournament goes to number 5, Aurélien Buquet of Quebec. And the award for top forward of the tournament is number 12, Garrett Riley from Team Ontario.
So I'll go on the ice. I'm going to go on the ice and see if I can get a hold of Steve, the coach. Just talk to him.
Could I please have the captain from Team Alberta?
Well, thank you, everyone. It's been truly a great weekend. It's been a pleasure for Sportability to host you all. We look forward to seeing everyone in Ontario next year for the 2019 Sledge Hockey National Championships. And once again, congratulations to Alberta on the win, and congratulations to Quebec for a hard-fought game in the final. Thank you once again.
And Steve is just on the ice here. He's gonna try and get a few interviews before we leave you for today. So we'll see who he can round up as Team Alberta gets their photo taken with the banner. A great accomplishment for them to be 3-time defending gold medal winners here at the Canadian Sledge Hockey Championships. And as mentioned, next year's tournament will be taking place from Ontario, so they'll get an opportunity to host this great event. And again, a great tournament for everyone involved. Huge congratulations to Alberta and Quebec on a great tournament, a great game, and to Ontario and BC as well involved in the bronze medal game earlier today. And we're just waiting now for Steve to get into position for his post game interviews, and we'll have that for you shortly. So stay tuned for that. And I believe we're just about ready to go to Steve right now. And they're just posing for another team picture. Got to get those pictures to remember what is certainly a tournament for a lifetime for a lot of these guys. A great win for Alberta, and huge congratulations to them. And now we'll throw it to Steve for some post-game interviews.
Steve, congratulations on the win. What a nice game for your boys. They played really well.
Thank you very much. You know, we worked pretty hard, and it's just nice to see the season wrap up with this kind of success.
Extra pressure on the team considering you've won 2 championships and you were going in for number 3 today?
We don't really look at it that. We take it one game at a time and just focus on the game plan. We knew coming in that obviously we're going to have a mark on our back, but the guys worked hard all season, and the success came from there.
You were up against a strong team. A lot of people were going into this championship thought you might have been playing against Ontario, but that wasn't in the cards today.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a game. That's a game, right? It's hockey. Sometimes what you expect doesn't exactly happen, and that's the fun part of playing a game, right?
No kidding. Let's talk about the player, your goaltender.
Oh, Tyson. Tyson's unreal. Like he's I started working him about 4 years ago, and to watch him develop to the player that he is today it's actually kind of scary. And you know, he's young. He's 18 years old, and I look at the future that he has, and potentially even moving on to the Olympic program. It's pretty exciting. It's exciting to see the amount of guys here that are producing and performing and developing, and they're going to take the next step here. Hopefully, maybe for 2022. So that's pretty exciting.
Is there any numbers that you're looking at for 2022 that might be moving on that you've got to fill big spots with?
Well, obviously, like any day now, I feel like some of the guys might be ready to take the next step. So obviously the development and getting guys into this team is going to be a challenge moving forward, but our program success is built off development, right? Now the winning championship's awesome, but it's really about helping these guys take the next step in their career. So,
and it's obvious you've got a lot of people back in Alberta that have really pulled together and helped the team out from the start.
Oh, we couldn't doubt it. All of our sponsors, all of the incredible staff, the other coaches. Like it's you know, everybody bought in since day one, and actually not a lot of the staff has changed in the 3 years. So it's been a 3-year build, and it's exciting. It's just exciting to see everybody and all the hard work coming together, right?
It's got to make your trip out to BC pretty worthwhile. Eh?
No, for sure.
All right, we'll get you to hold the medal up, just so we can get a good shot of the medal right there. The ring is, I guess that's the World Championship. So we promote everything here. right, so final thoughts for people that just tell them to get involved and come out and support the program. What would you tell them?
You know, like when you see the sport, I think coming from I played stand-up hockey prior to this, and I think when you look at it, you might second guess it, but until you get on the sled or you watch it in person, you get a whole new respect for the game. So I think education's the most important, and then trying the sport itself.
Yeah, very much. Couldn't have said anybody. Thanks for doing this. Congratulations on the win, and have a safe trip back home.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve. We'll go back over to the broadcast booth. I'm going to join Benny over on the far side, and the team's going to celebrate out here on the ice, but I'm going back over with Ben on the far side.
And thanks, Steve. What a great win, Steve Arsenault, involved with our national team. Huge win for his team. Congratulations again to Alberta and to Quebec for another great tournament, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the action next year in Ontario and seeing if Alberta can go for 4 or maybe some other teams from other provinces will be able to give them a run for their money next year. So it's certainly going to be a fun tournament in years to come. And again, thank you to our sponsors. I want to say a thank you to YVR Airport, Via Sport, British Columbia, Richmond Sport Hosting, WestJet, Sportability BC, BC Hockey, Fleshy, and Boston Pizza. And again, thank you to all of our volunteers who put on a great tournament. And we're going to be joined here shortly by Steve just to put a wrap on this tournament, which has certainly been a whole lot of fun for me and Steve to call. What a great fun tournament, and I can't say enough about the high quality of action that we've seen this year.
Yeah, it was a real blast, and of course we've said that from start to finish. So Benny, you and I are going to turn around right now. We'll just turn around and careful so you don't run me over or get. I'm not worried about me. I'm just worried about the equipment. Whatever side you want. There you are. We knew we were here. Ben, it was really exceptional. You look at calling the final game right now the way it is, but 4 teams in, and can you imagine if we had 6 teams competing in a national championship like this, how bigger and better it would have been gotten for everybody?
Well, I mean, it was a fantastic tournament with just 4 teams. You know, it's a high quality event, and hopefully next year when it all heads to Ontario, a bit of a more central location. Maybe we'll see Manitoba and Nova Scotia come back into it, and maybe some other provinces too. Who we'll have to wait and see.
It will, but then when you look at the other extent of the conversation, it's going to be a little more expensive for both BC and Alberta to go back to Ontario. So the cost offsets the other way right there. But regardless, it was a fun time to do, and I was really pleased that you and I got a chance finally to work together on this, because you and I go out, we cover a lot of different sports. You work producer for CKNW Radio downtown, weekend producer. We'll give you a full plug on that one there. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you and promote anything, how do they get a hold of you personally?
The best way to do so is I'm always on Twitter. My Twitter handle is at Ben T. Dooley. So, just send me a tweet and we'll get in touch. I believe that's how you and I got in touch.
It is, and we bumped into each other at a lot of different various sports events out and around the area. But your final thoughts on the overall championship that we covered this weekend?
It was a real fun tournament. High quality. There was no game that I watched this weekend where I thought, oh, God, this is boring. I want to go home. It was highly entertaining, and I couldn't keep my eyes off the action.
No, it was fast and furious, and I mean, you don't have to go to watch the movies for Fast and Furious. You can just come out here and watch it out here, because this was just really exciting, and it's been a real blast to cover. I hope we can do another one down the road, because this, to me personally, I've never covered sledge hockey. I've covered a lot of different, as you know, sporting events out and around the area, but boy, pretty remarkable, and just to show the agility and the talent level for these individuals, both the men and the women that are playing, it's just really an eye-opener for everybody.
It is, and as Steve was saying in your interview, a lot of these guys in the coming years, they'll be representing our country at international level. So, it all starts here, and, a great weekend of action.
Yeah, it is, and of course, these athletes at this level, they couldn't do it without the support of the volunteers that come out and help them out, because it's the volunteers behind the scenes that really push these athletes forward. And let's not forget the dollars and cents issue, too.
Yeah, it's totally, volunteers are key to any amateur sport, but especially adapted sport. They're so integral, and, they make tournaments like this happen.
Yeah, no kidding, they really do. Ben, I really appreciate working with you, and hope we can do this all over again. Of course, great crew. We'd be remiss if we did not say that we got a great crew of SportsCanada.TV come out and help us and made this so successful. Very, very professional, productive, whatever we wanted. Our wish was, whatever we wanted, they just did for us, so it was worked.
Yeah, we were very demanding, and they met every single one of our demands. So, huge thanks to them for allowing us to put on a great broadcast, and a huge thanks to Sportability for asking us to come out, and I guess we'll have to talk to the Ontario organizing committee and see if they'll bring us out next year.
Yeah, it was a blast. I look forward because I know Southern Ontario like the back of my hand, so we talked about that earlier. Ben, I really wish you all the best down the road, and hope we continue to do more of these because I really enjoyed doing it. So thanks again, Benny, for giving me all the success and support down the road and putting me in touch with them. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Steve.
Okay, well, hope everyone's enjoyed the final broadcast coming to you for this Canadian National Sledge Hockey Championship, coming to you from Richmond's Olympic Oval, designed and built for the 2010 Olympics and Paralympic Games, primarily speed skating. If you've never been out here, come on out, take in the Olympic Oval, because this is absolutely a really, really impressive area. And, of course, they got the Rocks, which is upstairs. It stands for Richmond Olympic Oval Experience. You can go out and take part in that. But I hope everyone's enjoyed the call for today's games. Wherever your travels take you, remember, slow down and drive with care and caution. Do not drink and drive. Put your phones away. If it's that important to text, pull over and talk to somebody. And remember, it's Mother's Day, so treat your mother exceptionally special. We have Ben Dooley. I'm Steve Erickson, the rest of the SportsCanada.TV crew. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next broadcast, and we meet again. If you don't play sport, at least be one.
You think my life circumstances are hard? I hit harder than that.
Think I'm slow? Eat my dust.
You think injury robbed me of playing sports? Think again.
What do you think I'm here for? I'm not here to be inspirational.
I'm here to play.
I'm here to have fun.
I'm here to win.
This is what I do.
This is what we do.
Are you going to support us from the sidelines?
Or are you going to jump in the game?